All right. Cool.
Cool.
Bechir.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man.
Cool. Pleasure to have you, man.
Yes, sir.
I know you just flew down from LA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For Thanksgiving week. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. It was good, man. You know, hung out with the moms, you know what I'm saying? Hung out with a couple friends and got to see a lot of family and stuff, so it was good.
Dope.
Yeah.
And how's LA treating you?
It's LA, man. It's treating me.
Yeah, been busy working? And
Yeah, for sure. This year, it's probably been my busiest year for sure.
Nice. What was the last thing you worked on?
What was the last thing? A commercial for Pluto TV. What's her face? Oh my God, Drew Barrymore is in it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was the last thing I did.
Yeah.
Which was like a couple weeks ago before I came here.
You do a lot of commercials, right?
Yeah. It's my money maker.
That's dope. That's dope.
For sure.
I think the first time I ever heard of you or learned about you or who you were and seen your work was many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You did what's the name of the movie? My friend Nick wrote.
Oh yeah, Nemesis.
Old friend Nemesis.
Yeah,
that was the name of it. Yes,
Nemesis.
Was that one of your first films that you worked on? Or?
That was the second film. Funny enough, that was the second film me and my best friend did together.
Okay.
Ever in life, yeah.
That's the guy who's in Neighborhood now.
Yeah, Sheon McKinney.
Yeah, I think Hess told me about.
Sheon. Yeah. That was our first. Both we did our first film together. Did the second film together. It was kind of funny. It was kind of dope.
Nice. And how did you like Nemesis after you saw it?
Nemesis was dope, man. I mean, especially around that time when we did it, it was a little bit ahead of its time. You know, they actually brought up a topic that now it's like everybody knows about it. I mean, think about it. We shot that I would say 05, 06 or something like that.
Yeah, it was around there.
It was like a long time ago. And they were talking about branding. And, you know, the whole premise was about this real rapper, but due to the other guy's image, they wanted to use the other guy's image better because he kind of fit the bill better than the other dude. So, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, now, he was a writer. The other guy was the writer, and the other guy was the rapper. And there was some kind of beef that they went with the writer instead of the rapper. And he's like, man, you're not even a rapper, man. You don't really do this for life. So he had to pose to become, you know, like as if he's from the hood. But then it kind of caught up to him because, you know, and all that stuff. So, and I was just the manager that was just all about money and branding. It didn't matter. It's like the more trouble he gets, the better. The more publicity he gets, the better. If he's on World Star, I'm like, great, let's do it. Yeah, get him to go to jail. Why not?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of funny. But everything that's going on now, you're like, oh, wow, they thought about this stuff.
Nick was ahead of his time right now.
Heck yeah. I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. Because it was definitely going at that time anyway, you know. You didn't know who was really an artist and who wasn't.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, everybody knew how to sing. It was just like, what?
Well, you know, auto-tunes and all the other technologies that are helping out with a lot of that. But that's dope. Yeah, Nick I know he did another movie after that called The Flea.
The Flea.
Did you ever see? That's on Tubi right now, The Flea.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that one.
There was another one. You know, I think he filmed it at, I think it's USA's flea market. That's over there on 7th Avenue.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He made it about there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that was his second film. I'm not sure if he did anything else after that.
Okay.
But yeah, Nick was always like was really into the writing. And I was surprised because he directed that one, right?
No.
No, he directed The Flea.
Yeah, he directed The Flea. My boy Lee.
Lee Sapola.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, Lee directed that one, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, with Jeremy. I think Jeremy was a producer and stuff. And Jeremy actually played my other manager. The other manager for Sheon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it was good, man. It was fun. It was definitely fun.
Nice.
Yeah, shooting in Miami. It's always good to be.
Yeah. Cool. And then I know the last time I saw you was when we worked on.
Yes, sir.
You did an incredible job. I can't wait for you to see it, bro. Like
to see it. I'm
down
to see it.
I went
or something.
We'll see. I'll see what I can make happen for you to see it before it comes out. But
real.
I think the work that we all did came out really, really well, especially you guys, the actors. You guys did a great job.
No, definitely. Necessary, too. Necessary.
Yeah. Especially with what's going on.
Everything.
And then Wakanda coming out and, showcasing Haiti the way it did, you know?
If I hear one bad thing about Haiti again, I'm just like,
God,
man. Like, it's
Yeah. Hey, Haiti right now, regardless of what is going through, even what the people are doing, I think people just need to, if you have the capability of it mentally or even physically, emotionally, just give love to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter what's happening, try to just give love, give positivity, and that's what people need to see, because the more, we buy into the stereotypes and buy into what's going on, the more it's just going to happen. Because now, once you accept the negativity and you're like, yeah, well, that's what they do, then that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, and also it's not, it's one thing for Haitians that know or been there or grew up there or whatever, and I get how you could get tired. I get it. You can't, because some people, you got parents that are just like, never, jamais encore. But, this, for some strange reason, man, some of us just can't let that place go, bro. Like, I can't stop not thinking about it, how to help. In January, I'm going to do a fundraiser for this company called ace.sowritemusic, and they help kids and stuff like that. And I'm trying to basically introduce Haiti to the rest of the world instead of just for us, because I feel like a lot of times we do a lot of things and we're just like, Haitian event, and it's like, all right, and other people are like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny when I tell like other friends of mine that are not Haitian, I'm like, hey, I'm doing a Haitian event, and they're like, so what does that entail? And I was like, the same way any other event has entailed.
Right.
Got music, got food. And some people don't even know what Haitian food is, which is, it's crazy. Because you're in Miami, you're like, how do you not know? You'll be surprised.
There's a lot of people who don't.
You'll be surprised.
And has never tried it.
Never tried it. And they don't, or they've tried it and didn't even know that was it.
Yeah.
They're like, what is it? Is it like, Indian food? I'm like, no. Nah, I'm like Caribbean, like, rice and beans.
Well, what happens too is a lot of times people who come from out of town, or even maybe some people from here who have never tried Haitian food, and then and then they say, oh, I heard about Haitian food, I would love to try it.
Yeah.
What's your best Haitian food?
Yeah.
And unfortunately for them, people will take them to the spots that are considered the best but are not authentic Haitian food. So they taste a variation of it. So they never really get there.
You got to take them to somebody's house.
Nah, exactly. They got to go to somebody's house.
Go to somebody's house
or one
first.
of the little hole-in-the-wall spots.
And if you go to one of those spots, it's like you got to get like the basic stuff, because some people don't know. And some places don't even sell the stuff that really, like, how many restaurants? Well, there's more restaurants that sell like Julia Sospoa. But, usually it's just like jus coulé and that's it. And I'm like, man, I want that sauce.
You got to get the sauce. And then the different kind of sauce too.
Like the white sauce for France. Oh, my God.
Love that one.
But, it's, but I'm glad, though. I'm glad however long it takes, as long as we don't ever give up, as long as we keep the narrative. And, that's been my thing since day one. Always trying to represent it any way that I can, even in these little commercials. I'm like, even if I got to stand like a Haitian again, I'll just do that just so they can be like, there's something about this brother. A little different.
No, that's good.
Anybody else.
And we all got to do that.
Hell yeah.
Put a little piece of us in there.
Just a little bit, no matter what. And even if you got to change a word, have a small, slight accent, whatever you got to do. Let people know that we exist, because I refuse for us to be just a category, man.
Dope.
Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the gist of the podcast right now.
Cool.
The name of it is What You Post to Say, and basically the concept is I want to dive into your social media posts and understand what you post to say. When you post, what is it that you're trying to say, and tell people about your about your experiences and what you want them to know.
Okay.
Because sometimes we just post and we have a little caption, but there's probably a better story behind it, and people will read into it a little different.
Yeah.
But here we get a chance to sit and kind of just dive into it a little bit as far as you want to go. Maybe there's some cool stories behind some of them.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, for sure.
So let's do this.
I'm glad I don't have like a bad account or nothing like that.
All right,
so sucked.
your handle is Bechir Sylvain. Sylvain. I pronounced it right. Sylvain. Is there any, sometimes Haitian people have certain last name. I've never seen your last name before.
Oh, yeah.
So is there like a...
It's Haitian.
Something...
It's Haitian.
Oh, it's Haitian.
Like, it's Haitian in the history books.
Oh,
Haitian.
wow.
Yeah, it's...
What part? Like, what is there?
Well, that part, the Sylvains are central. Hinch in the Cap Haitien. And then my mom's side is from south, Wash-Abato, which is like all the way in the corner. Yeah, it's like Wash-Abato, and that's all they got, like rocks and boats.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And that's literally the name of the area?
Oh, yeah.
It's a port?
Is there a port there? I think so, but I don't think it's like a main port.
Okay.
But a lot of fishermen used to live there. I used to go there when I was a kid. My mom would go visit my grandfather. And then Hinch is the shit. I'm sorry. I love that place, bro. Yeah. My dad used to have a farm over there. We used to go there every summer and just hang out there. And then he would go up to Cape Haiti and just chill there too.
But you wasn't born in Haiti?
Oh, no. Born in Boston, raised in Haiti till I was 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was just...
Damn, that must have been incredible.
Oh, man, it was the best. Till this day, I'm just like, the best time of my life, bro.
Wow.
Till this day.
The food.
Oh, my gosh. Till this day. That's when I went back, I was so proud that I was in, like, total foreign. I was glad that the folks was accepting me, like as if I've been here before. You know what I'm saying? Because, they'd be like, I got it blown. Like, I was, like, right in.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Hold on. Sorry.
Boom.
Sure, phones are off.
Cool.
Okay. So let's get into your post. Well, first off, you have actor there.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been an actor?
Oof. Now it's like, seems like forever. It was funny because at first I used to be like, yeah, I didn't really want to be an actor at first. I did the whole law thing and da. But now I feel like I've been doing this shit for a very long time. I would say since, college. Yeah, college is when high school too. I did it in high school for fun, but I didn't really take it seriously. But I took it really, real seriously when I went to Miami-Dade, and I minored in it. And then when I got a full scholarship to go to Southern Methodist University at SMU, the theater program there accepted me as a transfer, and that's when it got real serious. Because then it was just like, oh, okay, there's like a whole program behind this stuff, and the studies was intense, everything was intense. I was just like, oh, okay, and I was doing really good, and so I was loving it. I was loving every bit of it. So that's when I really got excited.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Dope. Yeah. Acting is one of those things I always thought, like, man, maybe when I'm an old man, I could come in like a Morgan Freeman or something, just kind of get that feel.
Just be old.
But I do, give kudos to people who decide to act because it's a tough job,
To do it right.
To do it right.
Yeah, do it right. Absolutely. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And you really dive into your characters and really give it your all. And that's the thing that I appreciate about good actors is you guys know how to separate real life and make the character your real life at that moment, and then block out the rest of the world and just be in that moment. That's what I look for when I look for actors, is people who are able to do at least that basic thing.
Yeah.
And of course take direction. So of course I've noticed that in you, and you just, you can't care. You know what I mean? You just got to do it. You're not worried about things. And you one of those people, man.
Heck yeah.
Let me see here. Passionate about God, good food, laughter, and storytelling. So that's basically self-explanatory right there.
Yes, sir.
That's dope. All right, so let's look at your latest post here.
Yeah, this literally just came out on Thanksgiving. This is a film I did. When did I shoot this, bro? I shot it like back in, I know it was a summer. I 100% remember it was a summer because it was 114 degrees.
This past summer?
Was it this? No, it wasn't this past summer. Last summer.
One before. Okay.
Yeah. I will never forget that. Doing a Christmas movie at 114 degrees.
Wow. What city? In LA?
Arizona.
Oh, I remember when you said you was. Yeah. Yeah,
I was like, what? This is hot.
So did they have the fake snow and?
No, which was thank God, because we were all trying to stay dry, and just, trying to wear sweaters and just be like, it's Christmas. Yeah, but it was fun though, man. I had a really good time, dude. It was, one of those films where you're coming in and you're like, all right, cool, let's do this, and everybody had such a positive attitude. And I always love that. It don't matter how big or how small, if the crew and the people that you're working with don't have that kind of like bond of like, all right, we're here to do a movie. We're here to take it to the highest level that we could possibly can. Mm-hmm. You can never fail without that. Like I feel like you need that ingredient before you even do anything. If not everybody's on page, if there's somebody that's like, I don't want to even be here, I don't even think you need to be in the film. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But it was cool to and I've experienced that. I've experienced where I've been in films where I'm like, then why are you here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't mess it up for me.
Exactly.
But this was beautiful. It was beautiful. And it was, a first timer. And the story was compelling too. It was.
When you say first timer, who was the first timer?
The director.
Oh, director. Yeah, who was the director?
I don't remember.
Male or female?
Female. Yeah. And it was cool, man. Everybody, rallied behind her. But Sharon's the writer. She knew a lot of my friends as well too, because we shot at my boy's house, and then Maika worked on it.
Oh, this is the movie Maika was on. Nice.
Yeah. So it was a lot of familiar faces and stuff. Yeah. So we had a good time, and it came out on Thanksgiving on BET Plus. So just doing my little duties of hey everybody.
Right. And what was two things. What was your role, and what was the gist of the movie?
The gist of the movie is basically the main character. She basically loves holidays. Every holiday she always goes all out, like decorations and food and all that stuff. And Thanksgiving came through, and she's doing all these things, and then her family are kind of like, dysfunctional, just like regular family, always arguing and everything like that. And a lot of changes happen, like the kids suddenly they don't eat meat and blah, 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 and they just don't really appreciate her when she does all this. And she's at a point where she's like, I do all this stuff and y'all don't ever appreciate it. Y'all just argue. And she's dating this dude that's thinking about possibly, marrying this girl. And she's kind of like telling him how frustrated he is with the family. And then while they're talking, family does what they do. They eat all the food and all that stuff. And then she comes back. She's like, what? Y'all didn't even wait for me after all this stuff? And y'all can't even wait for me? And she's like, you know what? I'm done. So she decides to take a vacation out of, for Christmas. She's like, I ain't going to do nothing for Christmas. So y'all figure it out. And it's been tradition. And she's been doing it for years. So at first, everybody was like, well, I'm not going to be here anyway. But then Christmas. And then her sister, who I played, the husband, she comes in and she's like, man, this ain't right. We should appreciate her. We should do something for her. And she tried to do it herself. She's like, well, maybe I'll take the mantle and not put the pressure on her. And she was not good. And so, she decided to get the whole family together to go see her at this resort, which, she kind of learned basically like, family's family at the end of the day, and and then we show our appreciation, and then maybe that might be our new tradition where we actually go somewhere and just to share the load. But yeah, and then dude proposed.
Oh, nice. Your character.
No,
the dude that she was.
I'm the sister's husband. I'm just always hungry, and I'm like, babe, that's cool. Is the food ready? Is the food ready?
Nice.
But I had a nice little moment where I basically kind of talked her up, and I'm like, hey, babe, I see what you're doing, and it's appreciated, but, maybe we should try something else and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, maybe I should try harder. I'm like, all right. And then she get excited. I'm like, oh, you going to go home and cook now?
Nice. Sounds like a fun movie.
No, it's fun. It's actually really fun. Really fun.
I hope they're revamping it again for this new holiday season.
Yeah, and they might do another one, too. And I think they're trying to, with these Christmas movies, man, they're trying to, do more and more and more. So, It's a whole thing. I didn't know it was a thing. Did you know that?
Yo, Christmas movies and Christmas songs, major.
Like, dude, there are people, there's like cult followings where all they do is just watch all the Christmas movies. They don't care what it is. They're like, I don't care. Like, they just love.
It's one of those. So definitely a good franchise I have.
Oh, yeah.
Dope.
This is kind of cool.
All right. Let's move. Oh, man, I got to stop here.
Yeah, man.
I've been seeing people post this, man. Sinbad.
Bruh.
So when I saw this at first, I don't know if it's because of the filter and the way it's making his skin. And I thought, okay, is this a movie role or something that he's doing? And then when I read more, I was like, damn, he's not doing well or something. Like, what is your understanding of what's going on with him?
I mean, I know he hasn't been doing well for a while. He had a stroke. He actually had a couple strokes. And then I think the last one, it was pretty hard on him. So, he's got to, depending how severe it is. They didn't say exactly how severe the stroke was. But I know he was, sick for a minute and trying to recover from that. But, I think, unfortunately, with the complications and stuff, money's it's getting hard financially, and they need some more help in that way. And he's fighting, man. He's fighting to just trying to get better, and I grew up watching this dude, man. That's the first man, I said it in my post, like, I didn't say it on this post, but I posted it on my other friend's page. He made me relate to Black Americans. Because he was talking about whoopings. I was like, I remember being like a kid. I remember me and my brother watching his stand-up, laughing hysterically because we were like, they get beatings too? Like, and I'm talking about the way he was talking about it. It was like exactly the way Haitians would get mad. Like when the mom, that's why I put the video of the mom getting like, play it real quick. I think it's like the next thing.
It's funny because I was going to ask you about why did you post him?
I heard a sound come out of her.
The Bible. When your mom gets mad at you. Like, we've all had the mother like pray to God before they whoop us. Dude, I was convinced he was Haitian, bro. I was convinced. I was like, Sinbad grew up like a Haitian person. You know what I'm saying? So it was so dope to be able to relate with someone. But I think he's one of the greatest as well too, man. I mean,
he is, man.
I actually got to meet him. I got to
met him. Nice.
See one of his stand-up live and stuff. Went backstage, talked to him, tell him how much he infected me, man. And dude, he's just such a great dude, man. Like, you really feel like he's your friend. Like I've never seen somebody make you feel so comfortable as an audience member, and also when you meet him, he's just like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" He's just open, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a special dude. He's definitely one of the top of all time, and I'm talking about natural funny man. Like, he's like, he's
not chasing the funny. He's just funny.
He's just hilarious, bro. Laughing gas, bro. Like, he's natural laughing gas. You put him in a room, you're guaranteed you're gonna laugh. Like, you could come in mad and you're going, like, at one point you're going, just shut up, man. Shut up, Sinbad. Like,
No, I used to. One of the things that I like always like, I had a connection with him too, is because he reminded me of my brother. He looks like him.
Oh, nice.
He reminds me of my brother. I loved his comedy, even in A Different World. And everything else that he was in, like the stand-up is like,
dude, his whole movie franchise, and he was good in every single one, man. Dude, in Different World, oh my God, dude, that dude, man. Let me tell you, bro. That's a legend, man. I refuse to not show him love. Like, I hope he gets through it, man. And I want him to feel good, bro. I want him to feel love, because I hate hearing that. I hate hearing certain legends, and then when they pass away, and it's like, now everybody want to be like,
now they want to give him,
man, and they want to buy all this stuff, and like, he's here now.
Do it now.
Yeah, dude. Like, show him some love now, bro. And he's been hustling, man. That dude's been hustling for the longest, bro. So.
Definitely one of the greats, man. I pray for him, and I hope he, recover as best he can.
Absolutely, man.
And have more life.
Absolutely.
All right, let's keep it going. And if you see anything that you'd like to stop and touch on, definitely let me know.
Yeah, no problem.
I see here you at the poker table.
Yeah, that was a spot that I shot. With Vernee Watson. Oh man, she is a joy. Oh my God, I could work with that woman.
Yeah.
We were just, dude. I remember the audition, and I was just like, oh yeah, me and her gonna definitely. But she is so easy to work with. It's not even funny. And she just comes in and is like, okay, what we doing? What we doing? All right. Okay. Where? Here. All right. You ready? Yes. Let's go. Dude, we had a blast. Like we had anytime. I would work with that woman anytime.
The vets, man. She's a vet.
She's the best.
I know what to do.
She's the best. Yeah. Oh man. And she makes you feel easy and just great.
You know what I like? I love, and it's like a love-hate thing when I see actors like this, is that I love them because they remind me of my childhood. They remind me of the things that I love about TV and movies. But what I hate is that, damn, I'm a filmmaker, and I always wanted to work with certain people, and they're getting too old. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, I hope I get to get them in something. You know what I mean?
You always will, man.
But then you have to build with your peers. You know what I mean? Like, the guys, you guys are going to be the new legends of this.
And you know, there's a lot of people I'm like, oh man, I would have loved. Like Robin Williams was one of those people. Oh my gosh, I would have loved.
I wanted to, he's definitely on my list of people I would have loved to work with. Oh my God. You know? So I hope the rest that are here, I get a chance to in some capacity. You know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And just like you said, if anything, to give them your homage by making sure that you know, that's what I always do. It's like, okay, cool. What about them that I could bring to my art to give them my homage? You know what I'm saying? Like the one thing about Robin Williams, man, he conveyed pain in a way that was so real, but so like he made you feel okay to be sad because of his humor that he brought to it. Like every time I look at Good Will Hunting, I'm always it's funny. Like now, Good Will Hunting hits me more than ever because it's crazy now that I relate to these characters now more because you know my own life and stuff like that. And every time I watch that character, I go, wow, dude, like you really tapped in. Like you knew exactly how to tap in and you even go through that in real life. You know what I'm saying? And for him to have this deep understanding of that kind of loss, I was like, yo, especially be watching it now and that's a special dude, man. That's a special dude, bro.
Guys like him, Jim Carrey, Lucille Ball, Carol Burnett, like those people who are able to just be free in their art.
Oh man,
I admire them. Like they're my favorite people. Martin.
Oh yeah.
All those kind of people, like they're my heroes basically. You know what I mean? Because they were able to, and you can't tell, like especially as a kid, you just saw the magic. Yeah. That's all you saw. You didn't understand nothing else. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, and they were able to do that through whatever they were going through.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Whatever they were going through. That's courage. That's true strength to still be able to do your thing the way you want to do it. And then bring positivity to others. A lot of times people going through things, they just want other people to feel it too.
Yeah, so you know somebody that's doing that right now, and I give him so much love, bro, is Tony Baker, bro.
Oh,
Tony Baker, man.
Tony Baker.
I will always give that man his flowers now. All the time, man. Every time
he got right back into it almost right away.
Bruh, I hope it's funny because I'll hit him up out of nowhere. I'll be like, hey, man, just want to show you some love. And it's genuinely just because I really respect that man that much. You know what I'm saying? I just think, just like you said, I just have so much respect for his strength, but the ability to still want to, do what he loves and is so selfless, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, I gotta give you love for that, bro. So Tony Baker is definitely one of the people I'm like, shout out to you, homie. Let's go.
Yep. I think the first time I ever heard of Tony Baker or saw him was when I was living in LA and what was the Burbank Theater? You know the theater over there in Burbank, the movie theater?
The movie theater, oh.
But that was, so I was there and they were giving out tickets to go see. No, it was for a movie, like to go sit into, I think it was like trailers or something for a movie.
Yeah.
You know those like think tank type things where you go sit and they play like 5 different trailers.
Vote and all that stuff.
Vote. and Tony was in there with me.
Oh, nice.
So when I went to it, and at the time I didn't know who he was, but he was in there making everybody laugh. He was, and the trailers that they were showing was for what we know now is Get Out. But at the time they didn't name the movie, they just played the trailers and we had to pick which one we liked the best. Tony was in there cracking everybody. I was like, yo, this dude is funny. He sat like 2 rows in front of me. And then later on, I know he's a comic or whatever. And yeah, man, the tragic thing that happened with his son was insane. Yeah, and then for him to bounce back the way he has, you know. And it seems like he doesn't want sympathy. Of course, it comes with it. Yeah. He just wants support and just kind of like to allow him just get back into his thing so he can deal with it. Yeah, man.
It's one of those things that you will never get over. You know what I'm saying? That's why some people when they react like that, it's because you're just like, this doesn't help.
Yeah.
You saying,
and
you
exactly.
Exactly. So it's like, all right, I just give him so much props, bro. That brother's one of my heroes, bro.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Let's find your next awesome post here.
Guess we could go to that horse thing because I know a lot
of
people.
This here?
Yeah. Because a lot of folks are like, what is this? Why are you doing this?
What is this about?
I basically started picking up horseback riding.
Oh, that's you on that horse?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been doing it for about like almost 2 years now.
And what was your reason behind it?
None. I just really it was more about this is my favorite part. I'm like, side, do it to the side, do it to the side.
Oh, you had a little voiceover on it?
Nah, just the
music. Nice.
During the pandemic, a good friend of mine, Eric Watson, he's a stuntman, and he was like, yo, man, I ride horses. You want to come through? Pandemic, nothing else going on. And so I was like, cool. And when I was a kid, my dad, he had a farm and all that stuff. And he used to brag about how much he used to ride. And he had a horse named Fletch. And And I was like, I'm grown, nigga. I like cars. I'm like, okay. I'm a kid. I don't care about that. But, and then, I was like, let me go check this out, see if it's in my blood. And the moment I sat in, I went, oh.
Something else, right?
Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm like, my whole entire life changed. And also because of Reginald T. Dorsey, man. That brother, he's a legend. He's one of the original black rodeo cowboys in Texas, man. Good brother. He's been in everything. Do you see his resume? You're like, God dang.
Wow.
But he's my instructor, and he taught me everything, man. And it was so cool to just have a brother just come in and just be like, all right, cool. Just encourage other brothers to ride horses. And he doesn't only just teach you how to ride, but he literally teaches you the whole lifestyle of like making sure you how to take care of your horse. Like at the end, you should be able, like if you were to be like, you know what, I want to get a horse. Like you want to be able to know how to take care of it, how to feed it, how to clean it, and all that stuff. So he's not just like, come ride like a pony, ride, but he actually teaches you everything, which is kind of cool.
So, and how long did it take you to get to this point where you like?
Oh man, I'm really. Dude, it's been a year, and I'll say a year and 8 months now that I've been riding. But yeah, I mean, it's a constant thing. That's the thing. You're constantly working on your stuff. And I try to ride as many different horses as possible. Like now I'm at a place where I'm comfortable where if I go somewhere, when we went to Haiti, I was I was comfortable enough to ride a horse in Haiti.
30-minute horse ride up a mountain.
With no real saddle, no nothing. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Did your guide let it go?
Oh, yeah. No, somebody has a story about me, like out of nowhere, you just see me go fly. It's just going up.
Nice.
Because I was like, oh, wow, this is kind of cool.
Oh, so you had already had the training by the time we got there.
Yeah. So I was like, I was so excited to just put the skills in. I was like, yo, Reggie, this is real.
Nice.
Because it's one thing, you learn a certain thing and then you go somewhere else and they're like, you got to relearn everything. But once you go through his class, you pretty much know
That's dope.
Everything, man. It's kind of cool, bro.
I used to be terrified of horses when I was young.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had I think I was around 9 years old. My dad used to have this red F-150 pickup truck.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I just went and sat it was outside the gate. It was just sitting there. So I went out and I sat in the truck because I used to love driving. My dad used to like driving with his foot, with his knee, and make me think he was, no hands, that kind of stuff. So I was sitting in there playing around or whatever. And this is when we used to live in Little Havana. Mm. So I'm sitting in the truck or whatever, and then I'm looking over towards the house. And then when I look back, there's a horse's head. A little horse like his head is in the truck, and I went, and I freaked out, and I ran out the other side of the car. And I ran because there was a cop that was on the horse riding around. So when he pulled up, he saw a kid sitting in the truck, so he pulled up, and the horse just stuck his head in.
Oh my god!
Right, so that freaked me out. So I just was like scared of horses all the way until years later, when I got into film, and how I got over it was I was working on a show for Animal Planet.
Oh, okay.
And we went out to somewhere, and there was wild horses around.
Oh, nice.
Just running around. And we were filming. So I forget what, it was one of those Animal Planet shows that we were filming. And then the trainers were there. And then while we were on a break, I said, man, I got to get over this fear of horses. I see everybody riding horses. I've been to places like that. So I grabbed some carrots.
Yeah.
And I just start walking up to the horse, thinking I'm about to feed this horse some carrots, right? And then as I'm getting closer to the horse, the horse is like, what you doing? And he starts, doing that and looking at me and dropping his head. And I'm like, am I doing something wrong? And then I hear behind me, no. And the trainer's like back there running to me like, no, because it was a wild horse. I just thought it was. Yeah. She's like, no, you don't do that. Don't walk up to a horse like that. I was squaring up with the horse like, hey, I'm about to bring you some carrots. And then she goes, no, you don't ever do that because the horse will hurt you. It's like, the horse could charge you, whatever. She's like, no, you got to drop your head, go from your shoulder, walk up to him like this, and then have the carrots in your head. And everything she told me, I did. And then the horse was kind of like, relax. But then I was still scared now. It wasn't like I was fully over it. So when the horse got closer and he saw the carrots in my hand, I had like a good 6-7 carrots. By the time the horse mouth made it to my hand, it was one carrot. I was shaking so much.
Please don't eat me.
But then when he finally ate it, and I picked it up, and then I said, oh, okay, cool, I'm good. And then I got into riding horses a little bit.
Oh, nice.
I went to Hawaii and went horseback riding up a mountain in Maui.
Oh, wow.
Then I said, okay, horses are cool. I could do that. And I took my daughter to go horseback riding.
Oh,
was
nice.
in LA. And then we did it in Haiti, what I mean? So horses are dope, man.
Bruh, especially like you said, the way they feed your energy and everything.
They feel your energy.
And you're like, oh man. So it's kind of, it's really, they're magical, bro.
Yeah,
they're one of the most magical
I'd love to have one day.
Heck yeah.
I know a couple people who have them, and they like this one family I know who they breed them and they race them in England. Mm-hmm. They have some beautiful horses. They be posting on Instagram. I got to visit them one day to go see them. Yes, all right, let's see. Let's look at this. You got Sidney Poitier and James Baldwin, and you in the middle of these two legends. What is this post about?
Well, I'm a member of the Actors Studio, and this year is their 75th anniversary, which is cool. It's one of those top secrets that a lot of people don't know about, but everybody knows about it at the same time, but nobody knows about it. And I'm like, man, this is crazy.
This is the one with James Lipton, right? Is he still part of it?
Oh, James Lipton passed. A while back.
Right?
Yeah, he passed a
Damn,
while back.
About that.
But the Actor Studios, it's based on, the show was based on that, the institution of what the Actor Studio is, about acting and the method and all that stuff. But the Actor Studio itself started away 75 years ago. And you're talking about like where Brando came out and, Pacino, De Niro, James Dean, you name it. Like all the greats that you're like, oh, snap, Sidney, all of them. Like they all came out of there. And it's an institution that was free for artists to come in and create and basically do what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like basically come in, work on your craft, put up stuff and see if, the world, like people that are tired of waiting for Hollywood, you went to the Actor Studio to work, you know what I'm saying? And you worked on everything from scripts to, your craft. And the craft was really a big thing because they had like one of the founders of the method there basically teaching classes, teaching knowledge and stuff, and just allowing you to just get in touch with your own your system of how you work, and using the place as a gym, and using the method in a sense. And the method, a lot of people is like, the method is when you become like all into, you know, the character and all that stuff. It's basically using your imagination the best way possible, and making an imaginary circumstance become as real as possible. So it's not just as, oh, I'm going to be a carpenter, therefore I'm going to do everything that a carpenter does, and then I'm a carpenter now, which is great. And that's one way of using your imagination, but it's also great as well, too, if you're just like, I'm going to use an animal to convey that I am a carpenter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're like, ooh, I want to use a duck, and then you kind of think of like, independent. Every actor is differently. Some is just the posture of the duck that you just like, you know what, just the way he's standing alone puts me in a place of a character. And I'm like, my shoulders out like this, my neck, and I feel like, and then some voice come out, and you're like, well, that's it. This is, and then you allow your imagination go further with it and really go into it, but in a real place. You're not just doing it just to be tricky. You're just trying to find different ways to stimulate your imagination to get you to a real place. And it's anything. It could be something real. It could be, and sensory work. Sensory is, I would say, 90% of the method. Sensory is basically trying to truthfully remember either a moment of your life or things that are tangible or that physically affect you or mentally affect you due to your memory. So sense memory. So if you remember a time when you had hot chocolate in Haiti and Hensh, and you remember that taste, and you suddenly your brain, and you start salivating, you're like, oh man, yeah, I remember. And you remember how hot it was. You remember the bitterness of the chocolate. You remember like what the cup felt like and everything. You remember I remember I used to put ice cubes in there because it was too hot. And I used to let the cube right there, and it touched my tongue, and I'll just touch it with my tongue a little bit. And I'm like, oh man. And then you'll taste the chocolate. And you're like, oh, this is so good. All of that already puts me in a state of whatever it is, whether if it makes me happy, makes me sad, it makes me whatever it is. And from there, you take that to put it into the work. So sense memory is really effective because it puts you in a place that is like, whoa, like I'm actually there as much as possible, you know? And the more details, and also helps with details. That's why I like certain actors, when you see them, you're like, bruh, just the way he's just holding that pen is like interesting. And it's because that's why you'll see actors with certain things, or when they're very specific of like, all right, cool, when they come into a room and they have a personal thing, they're like, don't touch this cup, please. It's because it's their personal thing, because they have a sensory within that cup that triggers them. So every time they touch that cup, it does something to them. You know what I'm saying? So there's all these amazing things about that world. And so when I found out that James Baldwin and Sidney Poitier was part of that, I'm like, of course.
Amazing,
you know, and you know, what was cool about what is still cool about the Actor Studio is just like these people always focused on about the work, and they were so passionate about the craft and truth and all that. And I feel like I'm the same way too. So it's that was my way of celebrating the 75th anniversary, and just put me in the equation and saying, hell yeah, I'm part of that legacy. You know, another 75 years, somebody's going to have me and somebody in the middle and somebody else. And I'll be like, yep.
That's amazing, man. That's great to be in the middle of those two guys, bro. And then something I learned, I want to say it was Sidney Poitier. You know, he came through Miami, like he started. Yeah,
he was Bahamian, man.
Bahamian, you know, family migrated.
They're like, you know, speculation that he might have been Haitian too. But he's definitely, dude. We have such similar stories. It's not even funny. So he grew up in the islands. He came to Miami first. Then he went to New York. He learned English by reading the newspaper, and didn't know a word of English, and just started reading and everything, and started speaking proper. And he just had a sense of himself the moment he got here. You know what I'm saying? I think he came in like around in his teenage years. And so there was a sense of himself that's so ingrained. And I felt like the same way, because I've always been that Haitian dude. I never felt like I'm not from anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, this is me. And I love that. So I always feel like I have a deep connection with this brother of how he carries himself and never is never apologetic about where he's from.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm not apologetic about.
And he carried himself very well.
Bruh,
did his thing. Was a master at his craft.
Absolutely, just one of the greatest, man. Hell yeah, and James Baldwin, I mean.
Oh, come on. The many quotes from him is like, oof, never ending. These are geniuses of their time, you know?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
All right, let's keep going here. You're climbing the ladder. What's going on right here? What do you...
So this was a...
You're Haiti right here, so? Are you?
No, it's Miami. So I shot this short, this Haitian short, and so I was like, dude, they should be a spokesman for Prestige. The Haitian dude with the pen, and so
the wire better.
Yeah. So I did about like 4 or 5 of those. Just
this is your spec.
Just be silly, like I'm climbing a mango tree and I.
Oh, you went to go pick a Prestige off a tree.
Shoot off a tree.
That's funny.
And you see, like I peel it, I'm like take it off the leaves.
Wow, that is funny.
And then I open it, boom. Like
this was your concept.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I was like, whenever I get thirsty, I only drink one thing. Prestige. And I was like, glut. Stay free, my friends.
That's dope. That's dope.
And it was inspired by that whole, the most interesting man in the world, the most interesting Haitian in the world.
Nice.
That's why I have one in machete and stuff. And then I'm like washing dishes. Like,
you got more of? Did you post more of them?
Oh yeah. I got about like 4
we'll
of them. Yeah. It's hilarious.
Dope.
And I was like, the sweat. I was like, I got to keep it. They're like, it's hot. I was like, nah, Haitians always sweaty.
Always sweaty. Yeah.
You got to keep it sweaty, bro.
Gotta be sweaty. Ain't no dry Haitians in the woods. No.
Tank top just wet. On the shirt, dry.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Damn, you should have had a wooden ladder. That would have topped it off right there. That's fun. That's a fun concept, man.
Oh no, man! I had a blast. We shot it like in an hour.
And you popped the cap off on the side of the ladder.
I actually did. I was like, it was a real bomb. My boy was like, did you just open it off? I'm like, yeah. He was like, you Haitian as hell, bro.
That's cool, man. I love stuff like that. And was it back in your crib?
No, that was up actually in North Miami, close by where we were shooting and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
That's funny, man.
I had a blast shooting those, man.
Well, I look forward to seeing. Oh, there's another one right here.
Yeah.
Let's see this one. Machette.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got the real Haitian stats. Nice. We got to send this to Patrick and Reggie, those guys, so they can play it in cap.
Heck yeah, bro.
You know what this reminds me of? When I went to Haiti when I was like 8. I went when I was 8 and when I was 9.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I remember is Haitians loved karate.
Oh yeah.
They love karate.
For real.
And
no,
dudes
for
was
real.
out there like master karate. Like,
bro, I remember
my
my chauffeur taught us karate when I was a kid.
Oh, wow,
like there was an era where everybody knew karate.
Everybody was into karate, bro.
Like they were masters.
Wearing the outfits. Everybody walked around like they was Bruce Lee. Like,
oh my God, my first 3 years in Miami, people were like, this dude know karate. And I was literally like, I was ready. Dude.
And it was all from TV and movies.
It was like breaking walls, like those fences, those the wooden fences. I would literally be like, blah. They're like, damn.
Yeah. Now, I swore Haitians was like master karate guys. Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't help me shit, dude.
Beautiful.
I had Bruce Lee's book.
I had all the Bruce Lee movies. My dad was into it. Everything.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's fun.
That's
That
so
machete,
funny.
boy. That's a. I know everybody in the islands use them, but that's a Haiti thing.
Oh yeah.
That's a Haitian
Oh,
thing
yeah,
right
bro.
there, boy. You go to every Haitian crib, you find a
Yeah,
machete.
that's a better weapon than a gun.
Cook with it.
Oh yeah.
Chop down a tree with it. Get a drink with it. The
Heck
coconut,
yeah.
everything.
Heck yeah.
That's funny. Let's see what else you got. Is this another one?
Oh yeah. That was the
see that
first one. That was the first one.
Oh yeah.
So basically, I was like, Haitian man do laundry better.
Yeah, that's funny. In the bucket. You put that in. You put that in. And you popped it for real like that. That's crazy. How many takes did that take you?
Oh, we did about like 5 times.
That's fun, man. You need to put these back out again, man. Are they on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I was literally trying to get to Prestige themselves. Like I was gonna present it to them, like, hey man, you know, just for fun, just for the culture, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know they don't even have a site for Prestige. You know that?
No. But you know the beer is
insane.
so popular.
I know,
So popular.
but you
It's
would
like-
think it would have its own entity and all that stuff. Nope,
Yeah.
Heineken owns it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Heineken owns it.
Yeah, Heineken owns
But
it.
is Prestige an actual Haitian beer made from Haitians? in
Yeah,
Haiti?
yeah.
Okay.
And then they bought it. Yeah. So I was like, oh,
Hope they cut them a big check at least.
Yeah, no. So I was like, let me try to reach out and see if they would be interested in,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But in time, I guess. In time.
Nice.
In time.
All right, let's see what else you got here.
Sir.
Now, hold on. Somebody recently told me, another filmmaker looked at me and said, Rick, you look like you could be a Malcolm X. So you were playing Malcolm X in what, a play or something?
Yeah. This play called The Meeting by Jeff Stetson. Man, that's one of my favorite roles of all time, bro. That man changed my life.
Playing Malcolm or the filmmaker?
Playing Malcolm. Playing Malcolm is, I mean, I did that as a play, so it's, you know, we dive in.
Yeah.
And my director was Bill Cobbs, and yeah, man, I had one of the best experiences. I started reading it back in college. I put it up in college as one of my like shows to do as a student, because once you become, you know, a senior or something like that, and you've done all your practicals, you could pretty much put up your own shows. And I was one of the so imagine in Texas, you know, very few brothers out there. And the show I wanted to do was Malcolm X and Martin Luther
In
King.
Texas. Dallas, Texas?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, man, I had a blast, bro. And it changed my life, man. That man is definitely one of my.
So you did a lot of
greatest
homework.
heroes. Oh my gosh, and especially, you know, I'm in SMU, and they have one of the biggest libraries of all time. Like they have like archives from the government, like, you know what I'm saying. So I saw an interview of the bodyguard that was undercover. Yeah, like I was watching stuff that I was just like, that's like now or, you know, recently that came out. I was just like, I saw this.
Wow.
I saw this in school. Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah. I mean, that brother's one of the greatest men of all time.
Yeah,
bro. Like you.
And to think his age.
Bruh. He was
that
only
age.
40, bro.
Yeah. At that age.
Man.
To have been doing what he was doing.
Yeah. So I still to this day feel like one day, hopefully one day, his sound bites and his image and his dream starts coming forward, because he was on point with a lot of things, especially after he came back from Mecca. You know, the whole notion of us having our own is, you know, we always talk about it all the time now, but I'm like, this brother's been, and they were doing it, you know, and unfortunately, institution and man, corruption, you know, takes over. But once we get to the point where, you know, money is no longer our God, and we really care about, you know, we find out that a commodity is actually us, and it's just human beings, other human beings, especially black people. When we really get into that place where we are aiming to better ourselves than anything else, dude, sky's the limit, man.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit, because I always think about, and also I always think about Haiti, you know what I'm saying? Like how we figure out a way to always remain vigilant in the worst situation, and we always figure out a way to survive. When you watch a neighborhood that has nothing, and they've been in that neighborhood for years, and you're like, so how did they get food? They're like, well, some of them go to the river, and this people does this, and they graze this farm, and that, and you're like,
yeah,
how y'all make this work? And this, but more importantly, I always tell people, and you'll look at them and be like, man, I don't want to live like that. They're poor, blah, 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 blah. But you can't even put a price on the joy.
And there's a peace of mind that they have too.
Bruh, the joy that's in their heart knowing that they are home and this is for them. The dirt on their ground is theirs, bro. That was the first thing that happened to me when we went back in May. The moment I landed, bro, I don't know if you felt that, this weight just got lifted out of my shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, why can't I could breathe. I don't know what it was. And I didn't realize it's the pressure of being a black man, period. I was like, I don't have to be this here. You know what I'm saying? I felt at home. I'm like, yo, the ground is like mine. Like I could literally be okay chilling here and nobody's gonna come here. It's like, it's private property, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? And even if they're still private property, you still don't feel this societal pressure of a black man and having to suffer and be feeling like, oh, at any given time, somebody might hate me just because I'm black. Yeah. Like, I never feel that anywhere else but in the United States. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's until we get to that place, man. I mean, that man, that's all he wanted is for us to get to a place where we have a place called home here, or a piece of it. And that's why he was like, give us Detroit, give us, just give us anything. Just give us something where we could like, all right, let's go to Black America. And then you feel like you're home. And if you want to spread out and go change the world, sure. But at least we got a place to go and say, this is
a place for it.
But I don't know. I still think one day, you know. One day.
Something's gonna happen where we may be last, but we'll have something that we can feel proud that at least we went through all of this for a reason. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hopefully that does come to fruition. I think it will with everything that's going on. Yeah. But you know, we need that.
Yeah. Just unfortunately right now, it's and I get it. We're in a place of individuality. Everybody's all about self, you know, and selfies, self, which is cool. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't help the world if you can't help yourself. Yeah. So there is a positivity to that, because I know a lot of people are so great to jump on trash people for doing that. I'm like, yeah, I see that, but I also see there is a positivity in really looking at yourself and going, okay, how do I become great myself before I even try to be great with other people? You know, it's just a matter, for me, it's like balance. Some people just do it way too much to the point where you're like, you're not even helping yourself, you're actually damaging yourself. And you're so focused on the wrong things that you think you're doing better, but really you're actually getting further away from who you are. You know?
Well, I think you know, just like everything else, when there is something like that, like being individual or individuality and that kind of stuff that's being pushed, solo acts and all that kind of stuff, while there is a good aspect to that, people use things like that to mask or cover up their doings or their you know, flaws or whatever it is. So instead of getting better, I'll say, well, I have this thing that I know when I'm around people, it rubs them wrong. So instead of me fixing that, I'm just going to jump on the bandwagon of, well, solo and, you know, independent this and now I never have to fix me. Yeah. I'm just letting everybody know I'm just being independent. That's why I'm not messing with y'all.
Or I'll find everybody that thinks exactly the same way I do.
Exactly.
And I'm good. And I'm like, well, you know, y'all are the weirdos. And I'm like, no, we're all weirdos, number one.
Everything. Yep. And if you want to live within a community, within people, you got to learn, you know, certain things. Like,
And that's why one thing I admire about this man, the ability to be totally on the opposite end of something and still be able to make you feel that you're respected and treated correctly and heard and say his argument clearly, to the point where you're not going, he's just talking out of emotions. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel now everything is talked on your emotions.
Yeah.
But this
and
man
regurgitated.
Exactly. And I'm like, dude, when you hear this man like speak, bro, or have a debate, it's chilling, because you're sitting there like, you can feel the other people want to like throw something at him, but he can't, because he's making such a good point, and he's still treating you with civility. He's not just being like da 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 da.
Yeah,
he would have
underhanded comments and all that kind. No,
he knew when that was effective, when he was making a bold statement to the mass. But when he was like having a conversation with you, man, sir, let me tell you, sir. And I was like, dude. I mean, he was just, oh man.
You saw the movie One Night in Miami, I think it's called. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
So how do you have you ever compared your performance to Denzel's performance?
Nah, man. It's funny. I forgot what was the actor that I met. Anybody that's played Malcolm, and especially dove in the way you have to dive in for the character, there is a mutual respect automatically. Like, it's not even about like, oh yeah, you play. It's more like, congratulations, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, you did that. It's automatically, you got to respect. Yeah. Like, you automatically get it. You go, oh, okay. I know everything about you. You know everything about me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if you dive in that way, you know. And you can always tell the ones that don't. And you're just like, all right, brother, good job. But but when you see brothers that go in, you go, oh, okay. I forgot what actor that I met. Was it Peoples? No. Was it Van Peoples' son? It was in Miami, and I was talking to him, blah blah blah, because I think he played Malcolm in something that I saw, and I was like, hey brother, I was like, yeah man, I was like, you did a really good job as Malcolm, man. I was like, I played Malcolm too, and he literally stopped. He went, yeah brother, congratulations.
You're in the club.
I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, man, yeah. I was like, I know.
Because there's probably a headspace you got to get into in order to play that role. And if you're able to tap into that, special.
It was scary sometimes. Like, I would finish dude, we would have Q&As and I would still be in his rhythm and just still be in his place. And people were like, uh-oh. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's just, because it just, he invades the entire world, man. He invades your thoughts, and it's especially the passion and the love that he had for his people, man. And it's intoxicating. And you just go, oh man, you start feeling it too. And you're like, heck yeah, you feel like you could literally change the world, you know? So,
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Absolutely.
Well, let's see here. Okay. We see the boat from the mainland.
Yeah, man. That was after our shoot.
End of our shoot. I got that same. Did I say that?
Yeah, you said that.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I knew that was a great video.
Yeah, you said
that was an amazing time, man.
Oh man, it was special.
Amiga Island, and right off of Labadzi, we took that.
Man, that was like magical, man. Especially we went in May during Flag, right before Flag Day. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes God allows certain people to experience certain things at the right time. Because it's crazy to see how Haiti is now, and to have the experience that we had, and I'm going, wow, man, there's a reason why, he allowed me to see it the way I needed to see it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of, surpasses anything else that is happening. Because I'm going, no, I was there. I saw certain things. Not only like, oh, I saw the beach and I saw the, that's not that. It was more of like, the spirit of people at the time, and feeling the Haitian spirit again, and reconnecting with that the way that I did. And I was just like, yo, and seeing the possibilities, seeing the future, seeing those young kids working with us. And
wasn't it amazing?
Man, it was like,
I told Maika and the other guys before we even went there to film.
Yeah.
When we were prepping the Miami part of it and the Haiti part of it, and I was like, you know what, guys? I'm more concerned about us filming in Miami than we are in Haiti. And they all looked at me like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm less concerned about Haiti, man. When we got there, they took such great care of us, man.
Bro.
Such great care of us. We had such a good time.
Bro.
No, like, I never felt like any threat or
not once, bro.
Bad feeling of anything
Not
or
once.
any of the worries that they normally tell you should worry about. Remember, we were going out at night. Remember that night we had at Guag?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was
Heck yeah, bro.
amazing.
It was probably one of the best experiences to have, especially now, because, like I said, regardless of anything bad that's happening right now, I'm holding on to that recent experience to be able to go, no, but it is possible because I've seen it. I've seen it. I've not only seen it, I've experienced it. And to see the drive of these kids, man, and how they want to work.
Yeah.
They want to work so bad, dude. Like, I was like,
Camera moving. Remember, what was his name again? Ketlin.
Yeah.
Camera moving.
No, man.
They love, like, and I think what made them more proud of being on the movie versus not only from just them working on the movie, because I've spoke to some people and they said, yeah, there's people come here with cameras and come and film or whatever, but I've had people tell me, man, the way you guys came in, as of course, a good chunk of us were Haitians that went there. We were in leadership positions. And for us to move the way we moved and came in they felt like we were actual Hollywood. Because they kept hearing, oh, yeah, Hollywood's coming. Yeah. Hollywood's coming to make a movie. It wasn't the Black Panther Hollywood that was supposed to come. But as a small independent production that went there and the way we move, I've had people come like, damn, we was not expecting that. Yeah. We thought you guys were just coming with a couple cameras, grab some shots, But when we moved the way we moved, they were like, damn, you guys are for real. This was official. And they embraced us and gave us more. We got way more than we expected, I think, because of how everything was prepared and laid out and the respect that we gave them.
And they respected what was being shot. Yeah. That was my biggest thing about it when I got casted. I was just like, I want to make sure that I want the Haitian people to be proud. I was like, if I don't get a okay from them, we in trouble. Like,
everybody was loving it. They were like, y'all good, but him, he's doing it. He's doing it.
That was my goal, man, because I was like, I got to represent, bro. I got to represent us in the highest level possible, bro, because I want them to feel proud. And it was so cool for them to, after, like, when he'll cut, and they'll be like, oh, man, I thought it was my dad. Man, oh, my God, I got so scared. I was like,
yeah. No, we had, like, listen, man, all the actors were great.
Man.
Excuse me, even those who weren't Haitian that took a shot at the Haitian accent, and tried their best with it. But we needed that authenticity. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? And you brought that. You know what I mean? I'm not just saying that because you're in front of us right now. I mean, in front of me right now. But like and I knew we needed that. You know what I'm saying? So when I was able to bring you on board, and when I saw and the way you did it too, bro. Like I called up Hess like, yo, bro, I need somebody. At first he told me about some old man. Yeah. I was like, yeah, let me know. And then he goes, I think Bechir could do it. I said, yeah. Bechir might be a little young. He's like, no, but he said he could do it. I said, all right, let's see the audition. And then you sent it the same day or something like that. I was like, damn, that quick? And then it was that good. And when I showed it to Jamal and DJ and those guys, they were like, hell yeah. They're like, hell yeah, this guy got, because you had like, even though you wasn't an old man like we were looking for, but everything else we needed, you brought to the table. You know what I mean? Man. It's the professionalism, but also the character, the energy that we
bringing
needed.
That weight of a grown Haitian man. Yeah. It's very specific.
It was dope.
It was so dope, man. I can't wait.
When people see this, they're gonna be like, damn. Especially Haitians, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's dad right there. That's these other guys, but dad.
That first day was my favorite because it was like the first day when I had to do my scene because everybody was waiting.
That was in the back patio when Patrick comes in.
I knew everybody was like, okay, let's
and those ad libs was.
They were like, let's see if this brother's gonna come through, and DJ was like, all right, Mr. Durant. I was like, he's like, all right, I'm just saying. we got Bart here, we got the homeboy here. And I was like, what? And he's like, I'm just saying. I have to bring it. I was like, oh, don't worry.
He just didn't know. He didn't know. Yeah. And you know what? One of the parts of your character that I loved, you know, those excuse me, those dramatic moments, or the moment that you had in the back by the pool with Patrick, and those are very solid moments. But the moments that I appreciated the most, and those are those little things that you brought to the table that I really loved, was your interaction with your wife, with Mrs. Durant. Those little things that you threw in there. It wasn't on the script per se, but that's what really made it authentic. Because that's a real Haitian man. That's how Haitian men do with their women. They always got to compliment them, let them know, you know what I'm saying? You're beautiful, you look good. You know, I love, when I was watching that, I was like, damn, man, he did that. Because you know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Other people, they're just going to stick to what the script says. But the fact that you know, and you come from it, you understand it.
I care.
You know? So we appreciated you for that, man.
Thank you, man.
We needed that.
Thank you, man.
Excuse me. All right, let's keep going here. There's the Citadel.
Thank you.
We got some cool stuff from there. People definitely got to go on your page and like check out some of those videos.
Heck yeah,
see what those are about. Let's see here, SWAT.
Yes, sir.
Well, tell me how that experience was.
Man, that was insane, bro. That was another. That was this year. That was also this year, man. Auditioned for it, put it on tape. It was like my John Q moment. I don't know if you've seen John Q.
Of course.
So I remember they sent the whole concept, which is, you know, basically his son passed away due to a medical procedure that went wrong. And I basically paid all my money out. I wasted all my money in trying to make sure that he gets a kidney. And they got him in an illegal kidney somewhere, and then it backfired. And then he ended up dying on the table. And I was promised that he was going to be fine, and I pretty much like spent all my money. I lost my wife, and I lost my wife too. So I was just like, yo, I got nothing left. Like, yo, what the heck? So basically I was like, oh, somebody going to pay. And with anything like that, it was more about, I got a chance to play a father that cares about his kid. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get to see that a lot, you know? And so I was just like, yo, I want to show the passion. And that was probably the best compliment. Like, the people that have seen it, the comments, they were like, I didn't agree with what you did, but we felt you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's like cool, because it could have easily been just like a criminal and he's angry and blah, 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 and then you not care about his story. But I wanted to make sure that we cared about this man and why he cares. So why we care is because he cares so much about his kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially as a black man, I was like, oh yeah, I got to do that. So once I did that and, you know, showed up on set, it was another one of those, like, show up on set and everybody's like, all right, let's see what you can do. Holy, dude, they left me alone after a while, because I was so in, man, I was like using sensory and all types of stuff, man. And they were just like, all right, dude, let's just leave this brother alone. You ready, man? You ready to go in? I was like, sure.
They knew they was dealing with the real deal at that point.
No, it was beautiful, man. I've been so blessed so far, especially with a drama like that, where people actually allowed me to just do me, man. And
you got to ad-lib a little bit in there?
A little bit. Yeah, especially certain moments when I was talking about my son and stuff. And, you know, again, I mean, I as you know, you've worked with me before. Like, I don't just throw ad-libs, just throw them. It's always to help the story. It's very specific. And you always get it. Most of my ad-libs, you're gonna go, yeah, let's keep that. You're never gonna be like, Bechir, you don't need. Nah, you'll be like,
because they're well thought out, and you're adding to the value of the thing.
Yeah, the one ad-lib I added, it was one time I'm walking and he's like, and he says the name of my son. And I was like, nobody says the name of my son like that. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, you know, it's one thing to be like your kid, blah, 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 but, you know, my son is dead. I'm fragile. I got the gun over the doctor's head, and you're like, hey, Jared, Jared's not gonna be happy about that. And you don't. I was like, don't say his name. Don't not.
Especially trying to use it.
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
I was like, don't boy. You should have seen the look on my face, and he looked at me and he was like, okay, all right. And they're like, yo, keep that. And I was like, yeah, you're not gonna, you know. And that was cool because I did it out of nowhere. And then they called cut, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Is that okay? They're like, Bechir, whatever you want to do, man. He's like, we trust your instincts. Don't even ask. Just do it. And I was like, really?
That's
all right.
Man.
Yeah, bro. That was such a cool, you know, blessing. And also it's dope to, you know, especially I've been doing this thing for so long, man, and to get that kind of respect from directors and producers. Like one of the producers of these shows, he's done every show you could possibly think of. He's worked with Dick Wolf and all that stuff. And this old cat, like you're like, damn, you've been there since the beginning. And for him to come through and personally be like, I've seen millions of these. You were incredible. And I was like, oh snap! Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It says a lot. And you know, it's a guest star and whatever. And I, you know, yeah, the story's about me for a little bit, but it's cool to just be recognized and to be recognized for your work. Even when you have that much little time on screen, people still are able to be like, nah, it was still effective enough for me to be like, yeah, that was good. You know?
Dope. Yeah, I got to check that episode.
Heck yeah, man. It's pretty dope.
Beautiful.
Heck yeah.
And this was filmed in L.A.?
Yeah, shot in L.A.
Cool.
Yeah, man, everybody was cool too, man.
Crew and everything.
Everyone was so dope, bro.
Nice.
Super, super, super dope.
All right, let's see here. What's this? I'm a basketball fan. Let's see what's going on here.
You want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do? You're going to be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes.
That's the truth.
It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of fucking people. It is.
You're reading a script while you at the game. Hilarious.
So over here.
What you do?
So that's dedication.
I was about to say that's some real dedication. Like you at the game, like all right, man. I see y'all, but I'm over here right now. For a second.
My boy was like, "I need you to stop, bro," and I was like, "I can't help it, man. I can't help it."
Yeah, and you know what? Like to me, what I see there is, and it's something I feel sometimes. Like when I'm watching somebody else live out their dream or doing something at a high level. It motivates me, and like in that moment, I want to do me too. I want to be like, damn, I want to feel what y'all feeling right now with what I got going on.
Facts. I don't know what it is. You're just like, damn, dude, I could be great right now. Let me see. Let me see the script real quick. Yeah, and it was literally like I was literally like studying, and I didn't even like, oh, let me just see what this is. I was just like, oh yeah, I could do that here. Yeah, I could do that here too. Okay, cool. And he's like, Bechir. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Oh,
hey, man. You've gone far, and I truly believe you will go even further, man, with that kind of work ethic.
Heck yeah, man.
Let's see, wait, what's this?
Oh, snap. That's my favorite chili right there.
Chili?
Yeah, man. I make that from scratch, man.
Oh, that's your cooking?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's a little famous, nothing big, you know. Tony Baker had my chili. He could approve. A lot of people has approved my chili.
Is that turkey chili?
Nah, this is 100% vegan, man. I use Beyond Meat, Beyond Sausage and stuff. And, well, you know, my wife, she passed away with colon cancer, so we had to change her entire diet, and we became vegan for like 3 years. And so I had to like relearn how to cook Haitian vegan. Yeah, I know it was tough.
Yeah.
So I had to relearn everything. So I would cook a lot of dishes and stuff like that, and still use my Caribbean spices and stuff to like vegan stuff. And then when like Beyond Meat came out the first time, I was like, man,
gotta try that.
I gotta fix this because people would just cook it and not season it, and I'm like, this is horrible. And I was like, I gotta be able to put some stuff in there. And then one day, because I used to do this turkey chili, and it was delicious, and I was like, let me try it with the Beyond Meat, and it was better than the turkey.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is it. And so I would bring it to parties, and folks would be like,
damn, I got to try that.
Oh, let me tell you.
Stop.
Let me tell you, bro. Like once you do.
Oh, you do have vegan written up there.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Uncle B's chili.
Nice. And what do you pair it with? Anything else?
Just if you got cornbread, go ahead and put some cornbread in there. I usually do it like chili fries. You know what I'm saying? I love that, bro. You just put that fries or potato, a baked potato.
Baked potato with the chili. Yes. I used to. Where did I get that from?
I used to get that on Wendy's, bro.
Wendy's. Yes. I haven't had Wendy's in a long time, but yeah.
That used to be my joint, bro. That used to be like my meal, dude.
Yeah. No, I loved it.
But yeah.
Next time I come to LA, man, you gotta.
I got you.
Whip something up.
I got you, bro. Yeah.
We gotta have a chili party.
I'm telling you, man. Especially now too. It's getting cold. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Heck yeah, bro.
Okay, so you chef. Haitian men do cook very well,
bruh.
When they cook. Let's see what else here. You got some SWAT here. Is this you at the White House?
Yes, sir.
Like the Tyler Perry White House?
No,
the
actual White House.
Nice. What were you doing there?
Yeah, because I'm part of the Colon Cancer Alliance. Well, my wife started this company called Brown Sugar Rehab, basically to bring awareness about colon cancer to the Black community. And so I started working with Colon Cancer Alliance with them to bring the same awareness, because they're one of the biggest, organization that's actually doing really, really, really good work. And so my wife always wanted to merge with them so we could, basically do the same initiative and trying to help Black neighborhood to be financially supportive when it comes to colonoscopies and, getting kits and all that stuff. So one of her friends hit me up, and they were having basically discussion at the White House. It was like a White House Zoom. I didn't even know what it was. I was like, really? White House got the Zoom? Get out of here. And they're like, yeah, they just want to hear stories of different people and what they're going through and everything like that. And so I was like, all right, cool. Let me just go ahead and tell my story and what I want to work on and everything. And one of the major things that I always talk about is like, number one, the accessibility for fit kits for African Americans to be able to just basically just get screened to see if they need a colonoscopy. And number two, my thing is just like letting people know about it, because I feel like every other cancer got their own, campaign, and they got millions and millions of dollars behind it. But colon cancer, till this day, people don't really know what it is. They just know, oh, that person died of colon cancer, and they still don't even investigate what it is. And so, and I just said told her story, because she died young, and
How long ago was that?
This was 4 years ago. Yeah, so I was just like, man, I told her their story and what we're working on, and I told about the colon cancer as well too. And then out of nowhere, I get another letter, and they're like, Joe wants to invite you to the White House, because they're doing a whole initiative. I think it's called Moonshot Cancer, and they're working on all the cancers and figure out best ways to approach each one of them and each program, and how to push the agenda to make sure that, number one, either they get cured or people get the financial help that they need to get better. And so it was cool to just be part of it. And it's still to this day hit me up, and they have different meetings and everything like that. This year I couldn't make it, but and we still, I'm still working. I'm working with Black Health as well too. They're doing the same initiative as well. So next year there'll be like little spots of me just talking about it and telling people about, colon cancer. But once you go through something like that, man, it's impossible to not want to be, an advocate for life. I mean, I get it. Some people, it's just, I don't know. It's just part of my personality. It's just part of my journey, and especially it's my way of still loving on my wife. Even when she's not here, I'm like, I'm able to still push her agenda, keep her voice going, and still talk about her and have the memories, and at the same time trying to help and save the world too. So why not? You know what I'm saying? So if anything were to happen to me, at least I know that I was doing something good to better somebody else's life instead of mine.
So. And what along the way have you learned about people's eating habits.
Oh man,
as far as the cancer and colon cancer and things like that.
I mean, that's the thing. Like when it happened to us, we were so blindsided because we had no clue. We didn't know what it was. You know, I don't even know what I didn't know what a colon was. I didn't know like what it was like colon. Mm-hmm. I know something about gut. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't really. Now I feel like I'm an expert on the topic. But at the end of the day, it comes down to food, man. It comes down to your diet. It does come down to it. And the reason why is because, especially, you know, with that chili and everything like that, when we changed her, they gave her 6 months when she was diagnosed. She was diagnosed a week before her 31st birthday. She got diagnosed stage 4, and they gave her 6 months to live. We were like, there's no way. Literally, I was like, and they took a foot out of her colon. That's how much it was affected. She had about like 13 lymph nodes infected and stuff like that. So they were like, there's nothing we could do. And so we prayed about it, and both of us, for some strange reason, had this super high confident, like, they don't know what they're talking about. And so we were like, all right, let's try holistic. We're like, before, because they were like, you have to make a decision whether if you want to jump into chemo and radiation right away, blah, blah, blah. And thank God for her, she was just, you know, it's her body, so she knows. She was like, before we do all that, I want to try some other stuff too. And they were like, all right, but just know that you don't have much time. Bruh, we changed cold turkey, like, bam, vegan, raw. We did 3 years. She survived 3 years because of it. Mm. Like, we went from, like, eating regular spice to turmeric all the time and, you know, like, black seed oil. I mean, we went bro. Like, and. We didn't even start putting the Beyond Meat stuff until, like, the third year. We were just eating vegetables, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we were just like, we ain't messing. We're not going to put no chemicals we don't know. Like, we went
no canned foods,
dude, nothing. Canned food, threw everything away. I mean, organic, all of that. And once we started seeing that, and she went to remission, bro. After a year, she went, And so we were like, and they were looking at her like, oh, okay, well, great. And then they're like, well, you know, can we do both? Can we do the chemo and that, and blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, slowly we were like, all right, cool. We never put any meat back. We just kind of like added like Beyond Meat kind of stuff and everything like that. And then once it went to a liver, it was nothing they could do. It was nothing, because, you know, once it's in your lymph nodes, it just travels and then it's just waiting to attach itself to whatever, whether your pancreas or your liver or whatever. And once it does that, it's, you know, it's a wrap. So
you guys were able to give another 3, you know?
Oh, yeah, man. No, and the best 3. That 3 felt, you know, like 10. You know, we were, you know, unfortunately forced, but at the same time, blessed to be forced to live out our vows in that way, you know?
Yeah. You guys were married for how long?
We were married for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, God did that for a reason, brother.
Oh, dang.
You know, so,
you know,
condolences again, but
no, I appreciate that.
I'm sure he's made you a better human being through it all.
No, you know, it's just, I think it's part of the reason why we're here, bro. You know, it's just to be able to help each other out through our journeys, you know, and also to seeing other people how they deal with certain journeys, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that to this day I'm still battling with. There are days where I'm like, I want to just give up and just say, man, forget this. He won. And then people, you know, and it'll be justified because people will be like, oh, you know, he did lose. But, you know, at the same time, I'm like, nah, I never want to not be a positive example for someone to be able to go, okay, cool. It's okay to fight. And it's going to be hard. And if I'm going to fight, to be as transparent as possible so it doesn't seem like as if it's just like, oh, look how easy it was for him, and it's like, nah, it ain't easy, but it is possible, you know. And these are the, you know, hopefully my life shows, you know, is used as an example for folks to be able to go, oh, okay, cool, like, you know what I'm saying, I like the way he handled that, and take whatever you need from it and apply it in yours, and that's it.
Yeah, and allow yourself to have your moments where you just,
yeah.
you know, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it.
Trust me. There's a lot of these moments where folks, you know, and I'm very blessed that folks understand. You know, I haven't been in a situation where, maybe I have, I just didn't allow it to affect me, you know. But it isn't, I mean, I did therapy and all of that. So it's like, it's definitely super important for yourself to allow yourself to have your moment, because a lot of us, especially as black men, we choose not to, or we're like, I ain't got no time for that. I gotta go, you know, blah blah blah. But you know, you have to have your moment, bro. You gotta let it happen, bro, because it's part of the healing. If not, man, it's gonna come get you no matter what. It's gonna come get you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like that old man. You ever seen that old man that cried for the first time?
Yeah.
You don't want to look like that, brother.
It's
gonna come back.
Oh yeah, man. Well, I commend you, man, for keeping it going. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I just lost my father to cancer, stage 4 cancer as well. I think we're going on 2 months now. So the feeling is, every day I wake up, I'm like, damn, I can't believe it. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yes, well, good stuff, man. Well, you know. And I'm also proud that, you know, we got a Haitian there.
President.
Yeah, that's dope.
Looking like a Haitian too, though.
I just, you know,
I have a Haitian pin on my,
you put a Haitian pin on
there? Oh, heck yeah. I was like, I'm going to make sure.
Did you meet that lady, the press secretary?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she got that. She came out first.
She was there?
Yeah, and then his wife too. Yeah. I met pretty much everybody that you need to meet.
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, I was like, I gotta make sure.
Proud moment,
put a little Haitian flag in there.
That's dope. I know your mom was like, "Oh, gotta be where?"
Call everybody.
Oh man, you was in Claws?
Yes, sir.
That is
EJ, man.
So what was your character?
I was. Are you familiar with Claws?
Yeah.
Oh, you know Jen. She has the black baby. She has a black kid.
I think I watched maybe the first and second season. I haven't seen anything else.
Oh, okay. Well, she has a kid. She has kids. The Jen, and they're black, and I'm the father. So I'm the baby daddy. So I come back. Was it season 3? This is season 4 and 5. I come back and basically out of jail, and I'm like, hey, I want to see my daughter. And she's like, what? And I had a good time.
That's
man,
dope,
I had a blast.
How was it working with Niecy Nash too?
She's the best.
She's awesome, right?
Man, she is the nicest person. Like, she is, whoever you see on Instagram or on TV, that's her, bro.
Her,
she's so, hilarious, funny, nice, sweet, just, man. And she's the one who looked out for me, man. Like, like when I got that one, she talked to them and was like, this is our guy. And then for rookies, rookies, feds, she just hit me up. She was like, you want to come play? And I was like, let's go.
Nice,
so, it's cool that she looks out for her family and stuff. And just, it's just such a great human being, man. She's been so awesome, dude. And I was so happy to do this role, bro. It was so much fun.
Beautiful.
Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah, and I actually worked with her on Reno 911. Remember the movie?
Yeah.
So when they came down to Miami to shoot the Miami part of it, I was on that.
Oh, nice.
I was a PA at the time.
Nice.
And whose PA was who did I have to take care of was her.
Yeah.
And man, she just was. And at that time, I was very serious. Like, I take my work seriously, even though it was on PA. Made sure I took her to her trailer. And then she used to always make me laugh. And then, don't kill me, niece. She probably don't even remember this. And then one time she was like, flirting with me over the mess around. She said, oh yeah, go ahead, come in. And then she stands at her door, and while she's talking to me, she's taking off her thing, right? Yeah. She didn't get naked enough. She took it, and then I saw her taking off the fake butt the whole time. And Reno 911, that big old butt she had was fake. And I just think that was a real butt. Not that she doesn't have a big butt, but she exaggerated it on the show. And I was like, whoa.
I've been bamboozled.
But she was hilarious, man. The whole cast. Oh, yeah. Officer Dangle, I don't know his real name.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He was, oh my God. Those guys were like on 100 the whole time. Yeah. Just making the whole crew laugh. That big well scene was like hilarious. But she was dope, man. Oh, yeah. She was dope. I never had a bad experience on her on that show.
She's good peoples, man. Yeah. Definitely family for sure.
Dope.
For sure.
All right, let's keep going here. Some more horror stuff. I see John Madden. You a Madden fan?
Oh, well, John Madden, I got to do a commercial with him. I got to basically, I mean, the game, oh my God, all day. Yeah. So this commercial was shot at his house.
Oh, wow.
He has a man cave the size of a studio.
Damn.
No, this is all his.
Oh, that's in his house.
Yeah, that's his studio. He has a studio as a man house. As a man cave.
Man cave, wow.
It's insane. And he has all these TVs. And basically we got paid to hang out with him, hear stories, and play Madden.
Damn.
That's literally what we did.
That is wild.
Literally. He's like, look. And he was just showing around, and they were like, all right, guys, so this thing right here.
And it was just all like ad-lib, just kind of like just freestyling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he had that in there, too?
Yeah. He had everything in
He's
there, dude.
a real football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and did you know the game was actually, he created a game. I thought they just used his name, and I was like,
no, yeah.
He's like, no, he created the game because he wanted to use it to educate other coaches. And then from there, they were like he created a whole technology for. I was like, what? Wow. You're actually like genius. Because you know how sometimes they'll just, Joe Montana, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they just use your name.
Like an endorsement.
Yeah, but he was like, nah, he made up the game, and he was just like, how about we have a game for other coaches so they could learn and they could, try different, tactics and stuff, and you can have all the plays.
They know how to call the plays.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, and they were like, yeah.
Damn.
Boom. Yeah.
Don't you wish, like, his genius in this and how they created this around him, or he created it, and then you look at, like, Mike Tyson with Punch-Out, but he didn't do nothing. The business was terrible for him on that, but the game was amazing. Game was amazing.
Oh, yeah, it's sad because you're like, oh man, you could have thought that would have been the best.
Well, see, he got lucky because even though he had a specific reason for it, the people around him said, no, we can create this empire around it. Dude. Like Tyson didn't get that, you know what I mean? Like they're like, go ahead, we're gonna go ahead and make this. You ain't gonna sign that paper? All right, cool. But yeah, no, I loved Madden. Have you seen? Man. Do you play VR games?
Oh yeah, Oculus.
Oculus? I gotta buy that.
Oh,
I seen the previews.
I was like, yo, this is it. This is over. I don't think I'm ever leaving home ever again.
And the reason why I wanted to is I played high school football. Right? I played from middle school, from middle school, high school. I played throughout all those years.
You're quarterback.
I always wanted to be a quarterback. I played wide receiver, cornerback, all the backfield stuff, all that. But the one thing I was like back in my head, I was like, damn, I would have made a great quarterback. Because we played street football. That's what I played.
Oh yeah.
So this game made me go, okay, I could be a quarterback now.
I mean, that game looks amazing.
Well, congrats on this, man.
I appreciate it.
You got to work with a lot of cool people. Man.
Oh man,
it's amazing.
Yeah, for real, dude.
And what happened here? Is this real or is this a role?
Oh no, this is real.
What happened to you here?
Real. This is the car accident that happened to me back in 2011. Fell asleep in the wheel, and that was like when I first came out to LA. It was like my third year. It's my humble break, I call it.
Damn.
Yeah, that was like the break that I needed to really refocus myself on God and refocus on what's important. Because I was chasing this industry. You see me. I'm in the game and I'm looking, you know what I'm saying? And I was even worse than that. Like everything consumed me about the industry. It was just like, I need to make it. But it wasn't like now it's more like, okay, cool, I'm working on my craft. I'm working about how to get great. Whereas there, I was like, I need to make it. Like I need to make it. Like you understand. Yeah. So I would try to be in every freaking thing you could possibly think of, every party, everything. And at that time, I had like, I was on Love That Girl. I don't know if you remember that show with Tatiana Ali. I was recurring on that. I had 3 nationals running, and I was up for In Living Color. They were trying to do a reboot, and I think I was on my like 3rd callback. And man, I remember it was me, Afion, all these cats like audition, Andre. We all auditioned and stuff. So I just remember like, yo, this is it, bro. like I'm about to, and then bam.
Damn.
And this is how hungry I was. I'm in the hospital. That was like later on when I got better. I'm in the hospital, leg is up, in pain because my leg broke off my hip, so they had to put pins.
What?
Yeah, had to put pins in my arm, broken in half. So I'm in the hospital, madly in pain, and my manager's right there, and like tears in my eyes. And I'm just like, oh man, in a lot of pain. I was like, yo, tell him I'll be there on Monday. And he's looking at me like, nah, man, I don't think you. I'm like, nah, man, tell him I'll be there, bro. I'm gonna make it. I'll just do some. I already got some skits I could write.
Damn,
on the book.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
That was your through the wire moment.
Bruh. Yeah. I was like, nah, I'll be there, dog. And then a week, because I was there for 21 days. A week later, once, like, okay, I couldn't audition, so whatever. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, yo, Terrence. He's like, yo, man. I was like, I got an idea. Call every hospital shows. Tell them I could be a patient.
He was trying to work it, bro.
I could be a patient. You don't need a better patient than this, man. I'm fucking fabulous, and I'm already hurt. You can't. Come on.
Y'all ain't even got to pay for another cast.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry. Like, you can't ask for a better.
Wow.
Then I learned the word surrender. I just surrendered, man, and then was like, you know what, God, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to do. I didn't know if I was going to be able to walk again.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they were telling me, like, you're either not going to be able to walk or you're going to have a very exaggerated limp for the rest of my life. Because it's, my hip, like, my leg broke off my hip. So they were like, ugh. And, I was too young to have a hip replacement. So they were like, we're going to pin it until you can't no longer support that. And then from there, hopefully later on, and, later on, then you could do a hip replacement. But, we're trying to salvage what you have because, what you have is always better. And so once that happened, and then I remember right before the surgery, I just prayed and I was like, look, if this is it, then I'm cool. Whatever you need me to do, man, I'm ready. I surrender. Boom. And then, boom, just like that. And the doctor came back. He was like, it looks good. You just got to work on it. And, I still got some issues here and there, but he was just like, all right, it's up to you. He's like, it's really up to you how much work you put in. I was like, up to me.
Time to go to work.
Oh, man.
And,
And that's why, like, every time I get a role, I always pray about it. That's why I always find, like, different things. That's why I'm always like, what's the bigger story here? Why am I doing this role? Like, even if it's a bad guy, I'm like, what is the positive image that I want to put out? Because I want to do things intentionally now. I don't want to just act just to act. Because before it was more like, I don't care. I'll do anything. It doesn't matter. I'll just do it. And it's like, let me be a little bit more specific. So when people do see my work, they do see a theme or they do see something that makes them go, oh, wow, that touched me, or that meant something, or that, man, I was really specific. Even if it's a moment that they capture. Somebody told me about the commercial that I did with my son. I don't know if that's like the recent ones that out there. There's a Hyundai commercial where I'm literally in the car with my son because he used to be in the hospital. I'm just driving the car, and then he's driving the car, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm just telling him, like, yo, make sure you check your mirrors, blah, 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 stuff. And there's literally a moment where I just look out the window, and my boy was like, dude, I know this is stupid. And I was like, what? And he was like, I know this is dumb, bro. He's like, that one moment when you look at the window, bro, I don't know what it is that she gets me. And I'm like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I remember, and I remember putting those things in there. Like, I remember sitting there and going, no, I need to make this real. Because it's a commercial. I could have been easy and like, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, no, I know this experience. I know what this feels like. Let me just be real and look out with attention, then just look out. Yeah. And for him to see that and be like, I was like, cool, that's good to know. It gives me confirmation that, okay, cool, it is worth putting that much work within a 30-second spot.
Yeah,
you know
for sure. Those little things help, man.
Yeah.
They go along. People can feel the vibes. They can feel the intentions behind it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's why as human beings we're built a certain way to recognize facial expressions, and they all mean something.
Yes, sir.
So I think as filmmakers, when we're able to tap into that, as a filmmaker from my end, on behind the camera, those are the kind of little things that I look for in an actor. is actors that's able to find those little moments and those little things where they place their hands, where they look, where they choose to be, even when they don't have dialogue. You know what I mean? And that's cool, man. That's cool, especially when somebody can recognize that.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh wow, all right.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm glad I wasn't sleeping.
That's dope. I haven't had you read a caption because you got some long captions.
Yeah, bro. You don't want to do that.
I guess people could go and read those.
Please, by me. Times are way too long, bro.
Okay, so we're starting to near the end of this. You have plenty more posts that we can go over. And I think, I don't plan on just doing this as like a one-off with anybody. Like I would love next time you're in town, we sit down and we kind of go over more of these.
No, absolutely.
But right now, what I want to do is something I called Russian Scrollette.
Cool. Okay.
When I'll randomly scroll, you'll look away and then you'll tell me stop, and then you pick left, middle, or right. Cool. And we'll stop and talk about it. We'll do that a couple of times and then we'll get to the end.
All right, cool.
All right?
Cool.
So let me see here.
Let me know when you go.
You ready? Mm-hmm. And go.
Stop.
Left, middle, or right?
Right.
Right. Okay. So you're here.
Ah!
See what this is.
That's funny.
I don't understand. Okay, please help me understand. Tell me one time it benefited me being Haitian. C'est pas bail de bénéficier, mon cher. C'est pas embrasser héritage ou reconnaître pays. Oh shit, my country, Haiti, right? Have you seen it lately? The violence, the corruption, the whole freaking destruction, the looting, the kidnapping. Come on, man, this shit is embarrassing. Pas gon côté dans pays du monde qui pas gen problème, mon cher. Oui, Haïti gen problème, elle a passé, man. Même du monde, Haïti son bel côté. Ici, tout le monde te ouais, Jean, bel pays ça là. Shut up, man. Look, you act like Haiti's heaven on earth. It's not even close. Do us both a favor. When it comes to living my life here, let me handle it. You want to listen to your music, you want to eat some food, you want to watch some YouTube videos in French and Creole, hey man, you want to reconnect with your roots, that's great. But the moment I step outside, man, let me handle it, because believe it or not, what people think matters. I don't want people thinking I'm Haitian. Now, excuse me, I need to go to work. What are you doing, man? I need to go to work. Je suis américain. Je ne vais pas en plus. Je vais me faire. Oui, c'est vrai. Haïti a un paquet de problèmes. Pas de côté dans le pays, pas de problème. Raison que les gens sont là, c'est parce que c'est haïtien. DNA qui passe dans le sang, qui passe dans le veine, qui passe dans le cœur, donc on a seul bagage, résilience. Ça veut dire n'importe qui va écrire sur la terre, surtout aux États-Unis. Dès pour tomber à terre, on va toujours camper droit pour ça parce que c'est haïtien. Une histoire unique. Une liberté, une force. Si vous devez parler tout caca, vous voulez parler parce que c'est ça seulement l'idée, c'est caca. Mais joue que vous acceptez que c'est haïtien, que vous vraiment y êtes, ouais, mais le monde a ouvert pour vous. Vous êtes toutes sortes. Excusez-moi. Nous, là, le travail.
Man, that is such a dope concept, man. I love it, man. I love it. Well, so what, well, first, the concept, like, in the beginning, I thought you were talking to like, your son or, like it was like father, son. Then, of course, I realized, okay, you're talking to yourself. And I understand that this is something that Haitians really do go through.
It's
and I'm sure other people too, but Haitians specifically,
Yeah. You know what was cool about that too? When we first launched it, that was another cool thing. A lot of other cultures was like, even though I didn't understand what you were saying, but I felt it. I get it. We go through that too. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was dope to hear that other cultures, it's not the whole culture, I mean, the whole point of it is the it's your other side. So the whole point is I wanted to use the Haitian character as basically the catalyst, the main character to basically start that conversation about your true self. You know, what is your true self? You know, especially when we come to this country trying to, you know, have our American dream. And I feel like a lot of us feel like we need to kill who we are in order to become the American dream. We kind of like, oh, you can't speak your language, or you can't have an accent, or you have to be this in order to reach this certain level. So, you know, of course, everybody's gone through that, you know. I mean, not everybody, but anybody that's gone through that understands and relates to this. So that was one of the main reasons why I was like, yo, man, I need to do this story. And especially seeing, you know, a lot of Haitian folks around the time after the earthquake and then the second earthquake, folks, and then the kidnapping and all that stuff, people starting to like not understand. If you don't have that positive, or if you've never lived in Haiti, if you never had the experience of Haiti, and you're basing your entire identity from what is being shown to you, of course, if you're like, man, my parents are Haitian and I'm Haitian, but I don't know anything about Haiti and this is all I see, of course you're going to be embarrassed. Of course you're going to be able to go.
And they're telling you this is who you are.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so you're like, nah. And so I wanted to make sure that I created something where, you know, we kind of not shun the folks that feel that way, see their perspective, and at the same time show it with love by showing them another side that they didn't even think about, or not being shown, or not being seen. And so they could go, oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this is a series, you said?
Yes. A series, man. I'm praying that somebody picks it up, dude. We've been trying to do it for years, bro. And we're trying to get it done.
I love the concept, man. I love the concept. I love the idea. I would love to be a part of it in some way.
By all means, anybody wants to be part of it. Anybody want to put money behind it, man, please, by all means. I definitely want to make that happen. And that's, you know, something that I said to myself this year. Next year is just to really focus on doing stuff that really matters to me and pushing the agenda even further. You know, I felt like, you know, this was good enough. I was like, man, nobody's doing this, and this is going to be an easy sell. Like, but you got to put it even more effort. Man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how original it is. You gotta go more than 100% in, you know?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
No, this is dope. I
appreciate it.
Something I have, not similar, but one of my projects that I'm working on is something called Timeline, where I'm actually taking social media posts and creating stories around them.
So dope.
So I'm like taking a random post from someone that just sparks an idea, and then I create a whole world around it. Not necessarily what actually happened, but just my interpretation of what I think happened.
Are you gonna show both though? Or are you gonna like have the one person talk about, like, after you show the thing, and then, you know, have a place where somebody tells a story?
Well, so I don't want to give it away too much.
Oh, okay.
But let's just say how I'm doing it is there's the world of the person who's looking at the post, and then there's a world that is within the post.
Oh, that's dope. That's
dope.
Dope.
There's both worlds that goes on in the actual project. But, you know, I would love to share the first episode with you. Absolutely. I'm going to release it soon.
Oh, nice.
Because I was waiting on it so that I can have the podcast going in the podcast, because it's about social media posts and, you know, that, you know what I mean? So I can go along with each other.
Smart.
And our good friend Hess is in it.
Nice.
You know, he plays a good character. Man, Hess was acting his butt off in that project, man.
Okay.
I told him, I said, man, you know, it's not because it's my project, but Hess is a good actor, but he really was like going in, you know. He dedicated himself to the role. But yeah, man. But this here is, I love it, man. And definitely, I'd love to read the script or whatever you got on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Any way I can help, I'm definitely for it.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's do the next one. Let's do one more. And look away and
stop.
Wait, ready and go.
Stop. Middle.
Well, let's go here because we already did something on Malcolm X. Let's go here. What is
that's funny. That's another project with me and my boy Shion, Nemesis.
Yeah. Oh, this is Nemesis.
No, it's not Nemesis, but
another
project that we started. It was called Make It Happen. It was a comedy. This is hilarious, actually.
What?
is Mike Beach. He's teaching his method.
Bring it, okay? I mean, if you're telling a woman, right, a sister, that you're leaving her, you gotta tell her with your balls, man, okay? And not your tiny ass little balls, okay? I'm talking about my balls, Mike Beach balls, all right? Listen, people, when you're doing the Mike Beach method, you gotta make ball choices. Did you say ball choices? Do you mean bold? No, I said ball choices. Who is this? Get out of my class, man. Get out. That's Mike Beach money now. Get out.
So we had to.
And this is in your actual acting class?
No. This is a show that me and Shion did, and we trying to make a show about like us leaving Miami and going to LA and trying to make it, hence make it happen. And and this is our 3rd episode, and we got to hire him. He was my teacher at that time, and I was like, and he's so intense. I was like, I need to put you in the show. And so we recreate, for his acting class, he recreates scenes from his movies to do it. So I did Morgan Freeman and him and Lean On Me.
Oh, nice.
He was like, here's a scene. Put this on. And I come out.
All up in your ass.
He's so good, dude. You should do some more comedy, man. Mike is the best.
And that was cool for him to jump in and do that like that, too. Oh, shoot, you had the accent going.
Just what are you trying to prove, huh? I'm working my ass off for you. I took the demotion. I'm doing my job. You're just getting your.
And that's crazy. You got to play with him from the actual movie. That's incredible.
You will give me the goddamn respect you would want yourself, or I will kick your black ass. You are suspended as of right now. Get out.
Because in the movie, he flips the table. Oh, it's so much fun doing
That
this
is
thing,
awesome.
man. So again, it's so great to be able to. I can't wait to get back to that, Bechir, man. I'm super excited next year, man, because that's the happiest I've ever been. You know, it's the real scene. You see?
Just what was said
Yeah.
during the singing of the school song. Now, if you can't understand that, find yourself another place to work.
I was picking up a piece of paper.
That's incredible, dude. That's so awesome, man.
Just what are you trying to prove? I'm working my ass off for you. Took the demotion. I'm
That's
doing my
incredible,
job. You're just
man.
getting your rocks off by treating me like trash.
No, sir. That's what you were picking up.
God damn it! You give me the goddamn respect you would
Do you,
damn well
do you
want
know
yourself,
Stephanie
or
Charles?
kick your
Stephanie
black
Charles,
ass.
nah.
You are
She's an actress. She's in LA too. Dude, this reminded me of, I went to one of her acting classes once, and she played,
The table.
she played God, Angela Bassett from was it Waiting to Exhale? What was the movie where Angela Bassett played? She was like disgruntled and she was smoking a cigarette. She was in the scene. She had this amazing scene.
What, Tina Turner?
Was it Tina?
Probably Tina Turner.
She was talking to, I think she was talking to a child or something, and she had this really amazing monologue.
Yeah.
So Stephanie Charles, for her acting class, for Troy Skinner, you know Troy Skinner? He's an acting coach in LA. So I went to I just went to audit it, and she was there. My cousin was in it. She was in it. I knew them outside of that, but I went to audit, and she was playing a scene from an Angela Bassett scene where she was playing probably Tina or something.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, and it was just like they were doing something like this where they were playing her scene, and she was up there, and I was like, oh my God, Stephanie became Angela Bassett. Like, that's so wild. And that's basically what you just did there. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. You know, being able to recreate these scenes and these moments.
Yeah, man. No, it was so
must have been
great.
fun.
Dude, and yeah, I mean, our whole concept was just like these two guys that were trying to make it any way they can. Like our first episode is me and Shion, we're best friends. We have a Vespa as our ride, so we like ride together like bad boys. Like he's behind me and I'm just like riding. And then I work at a restaurant as is one of those like flip guys.
The big signs.
Yeah. And so in the restaurant, Will Smith's manager comes in, and then I get my boy an audition. I was like, yo, we got an audition. And he's like, what? And I was like, yo, we got an audition next Wednesday. Get 2 monologues. We ready, bro. And he's like, all right, cool. I was like, all right, cool. You know, traditional theater, you know what I'm saying? We're all black and everything. 2 monologues, like make them real sad, like make it about cancer or something like that. Like make it very like sad monologue. He's like, all right, bet. I was like, all right, cool, let's bring it. We show up and it was a funeral. It was Will Smith's manager's mom's funeral. And so we decided, you know how they say, if anybody wants to say anything, to go up there and do a monologue for him so we could get in.
Oh, my God.
That's
how you guys were trying to audition for Will. Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
That was the first episode, bro. So
that's hilarious.
We got lucky, man. We did 2. Actually, that's how I met my wife, because the second episode, we went to a festival. We won Best Audience, and then somebody actually gave us funding to like shoot more, because they wanted to put it in Roku before Roku became what it was. And but you know, they ran out of funding and things just kind of like fell off. But man, the time of being creative, man, back then,
Isn't
bro,
awesome,
you couldn't tell me no, like, and not in a bad way. It's more like, again, that was around that time. My drive was just like, yo, I can't wait. I mean, the fact I had Christopher B. Duncan on this, him, Tony Baker's in this. Like, I had all these people, and I just literally would come up to him and just be like when I got Christopher to do this, we had a meeting. I don't know how, I don't remember how I did a movie with him a long time ago, and I think I saw his number on the call sheet, and I think I emailed him. I was like, hey, I did this thing with you. I'm thinking of doing this. I sent him the script. He called me. He was like, we got to meet. He's like, this is hilarious, and he wanted to be a part of it. I mean, it was dope how much you could get done just by, you know, your own will, and just wanting to, you know, have people believe behind it, man. It was cool, man.
Yeah. People like to be behind, you know, when you're doing good things and they remember you from good moments.
Yeah.
So how many episodes did you guys do?
We did 4.
4
We
episodes?
did 4 episodes, and then, you know, funding got kind of tight, and especially when we lost funding, I was like, well, we got 4, let's pitch it. It's just, you know, I was like, dude, we got enough. Yeah, beautiful stuff. To this day, dude, my best friend, his reel was just this. It was that, Nemesis, and Make It Happen. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, dude, we made it happen.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. So we had a good time making these, bro.
Congrats on that. And he's on The Neighborhood.
Yeah.
So he used it. This was his reel that he used to get on The Neighborhood.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't know if it was that back then. I mean, we did that a long time ago. By then, he had already worked a couple more, but it was still in his reel.
Sure,
that's for sure, dude.
Dope. All right, let's do one more as we're getting towards the end. You ready?
Sir.
And go.
Stop. Left.
All right. This looks like a headshot.
Boom, boom. Yeah, that was one of my last headshots I ever took. I hate headshots, bro. I hate a whole process of a headshot. I can't stand it. I think it's the dumbest idea in the world, because I'm like, just watch my work, bro.
Yeah.
Like, commercially, it makes sense. Because I'm like, all right, you got to see if you look like a doctor. If they want to see if you look like fine. But I don't know. At the end of the day, still, even in commercial, I'm like, you're going to just see my audition. Just this should be enough for you to be like, you know, but.
Was this another one of those, your agent told you got to go do this?
Yep. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll do an audition. I'll do a headshot, and they could just have it, and I don't know. I just think it never represents me, who I am. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Look at. You had to.
Yeah, yeah.
I got this in China.
There we go.
Custom made in China.
Oh, wow.
When I was out there,
Nice.
I went to a tailor. Had to make. I have 3 of them.
Oh, nice.
This is the other was a little
I
too
love
flashy.
those.
This was
Yeah, man.
this is an Asian one too, right? Chinese.
I think so. Yeah, yeah, definitely
yeah,
influenced. I forgot where I got it from. I had about 2 of those, two different shirts like that, because I love that little.
Yeah, this is fire. I love this.
But yeah, I mean it was.
Cool. All right, let's do one more. Let's see if we can land on something pretty dope.
Boom,
All
boom,
right,
boom.
ready and go.
Stop. Middle.
Middle.
Bam. There she goes.
That's the wifey.
That's the wifey right
Oh
there.
man, she was beautiful, man.
Oh man, she was gorgeous.
And how far apart were you guys in age?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, just 3 years, man.
Man. And this is in LA.
Yeah, no, actually that's in Canada. We went to go to my cousin's wedding. Yeah, man.
Well, tell me about her. What kind of person was she?
Oh, she was a trailblazer, man. That woman, another one of those people, when you see them, you go, holy snap. Like, it just stops the room. Like, she had that energy of like you had to know her. Like, you had to. Like, you're just like, I need to know this woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just some people, you're like, and yeah, like, it's funny because she was the assistant to the person running the program, but she was the one running the program. And every time, like, she'd be like, no, it's not my program, it's such and such, bro. I'm like, no, this is you. Like, your whole energy is in this. Like, I don't know why that person's name's on there. It should be yours.
Yeah.
You know, but such a giver, such a huge giver, such a beautiful heart, just all around, just great person, man. It's unfortunate, man. She definitely went way too soon.
Wow.
Way
At 31,
too
you
soon.
said?
No, she got diagnosed at 31. She passed at 34.
34. Wow.
Yeah.
That was the year I had at 34 is when I had my baby, my one and only baby.
There you go.
Yep. And was she an actress as well?
No, she was more in production. She wanted to be a producer. She wanted to do documentaries and all that. Okay. She helped a lot with, diversity programs and stuff. So she actually discovered a lot of the comedians that we know now, dude. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, she did a whole diversity program for comedy and stuff where Tony Baker, Zainab, I mean, all these people that, Yvonne Orji, like all these people. Yeah. Wow. She was part of seeing their growth, dude. Like, you understand how proud she would be right now just to see how all of them just doing some incredible things. And also, like, she was really good friends with Arnold, who passed away.
David Arnold?
David Arnold, yeah. She was really good friends with that dude.
Oh, man.
And that broke my heart. Every time I would see him, and he'd be like, man, Shannon was... He's like, man. I was like, I know. And so, hopefully they get to see each other up there and really give each other love. But man, it's that woman is the world, dude. The world. Heck yeah.
Condolences again, man.
No, it's all right, man.
She's blessing you in other ways right now.
Yep.
I'm sure she's out there doing her work still.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so you with Mike Epps. Dope. Hold on.
That's Dion.
Is that Dion?
Yeah, man.
Man, have you seen his recent stand-up? The last two, however many.
He's killing it.
I've seen him live. Man,
that was when he, like, at the beginning of the heights of his career when he started. That was like maybe season 1 of Blackish.
Blackish.
And he was starting to, like, going from one show to another show. I met him a long time ago at a restaurant that's no longer there. I forgot the name of it. It was like an Italian restaurant when he used to write for Conan. And then I just remember, and he was a little chubby back then, and he was just serious. And I remember seeing him, and I think I saw him do stand-up or something, and I was like, dude, man, you're freaking hilarious, dude. And he was just like, thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. And I was like, Dad, and he's like, yeah, man, you just got to keep going. And it was like that sadness. I was like, you're going to be all right.
Sounds like it's the moment where like he know he's that great,
dude, exactly.
that good, but it's not.
Dude,
nobody knows
it was
yet.
like that, exactly. And I was like, man, I was just so excited, like, dude. And he's like, yeah, and I was like, hey, and you write for Conan too, da da da. And and then I got to play his doppelganger. I forgot the name of that show. Oh, Angie Tribeca.
Yeah, I was about to ask, why are you guys wearing the same shirt?
And they had a spoof. It was almost like Naked Gun kind of silly comedy, like where out of nowhere they'll just have like mistakes purposely. So, for example, we'll be talking right now, and then out of nowhere, I'm wearing a different shirt because we cut and came back, but they're trying to pretend like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So they had a scene where he's walking as a cop, and then they cut, and it was me walking and doing the lines for him, and then they cut back, and he's him, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" So it was like very Naked Gun, like slapstick comedy. Yeah, man.
No, I love Dion, man. His stand up is,
dude.
Like I don't think he gets the recognition that he deserves.
Dude, he's about to. And as an actor, when
they talk about the greats, they need to add him to it.
Oh no, he knows. He knows, man.
Yeah.
But he's doing it correctly. He's doing all, and especially now that he's tapping into acting too. I was like, yes, dude.
Did you see him in The Harder They Fall?
No, that was the best. Dude, he was one of the best characters in the whole thing.
That voice.
Dude, I went, oh shoot. He went in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I literally watched him fall in love with acting right there. I was like,
he went in.
Yeah,
but
bro.
that was that thing I was talking about earlier, where there's some actors who just knows how to just get lost in that role and just do it with no fear. And he was fearless in that role.
Oh, yeah. Westerns do that to you, though.
Yeah, I'd love to do a Western.
Dude, once you put in the outfit, it's a wrap.
Right? Yeah.
I'm telling you. You start in the clickety-clickety, you're like, oh, man.
Have you done anything Western?
Oh, man. I did an episode of Blind Spotting. We did a mock Western. And same thing, you'll see, bro. Like, the moment I put in the outfit, bro, I put in the hat and I had a duster, too. Oh, you can tell me nothing. You can tell me nothing, bro.
Did you get the spokes in the back of the boots?
Oh, man. Yes, the Spurs, yeah. No, we do. It's so dope. It's so dope. Heck
nice. Love Dion.
Heck yeah, man. That's a good dude right there, man.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making my way to your very first post.
Yes, sir.
Now, is your very first post on this page your actual very first post ever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you remember what it is?
Yeah, I think I said it was either what's the name? Madden or Rihanna.
Rihanna. Okay. Let's hope it's Rihanna. All right. So in the meantime, as I make my way there, talk to me about your purpose behind posting. What you post to say, like the theme of the show is what you post to say. What do you post to say when you post your experiences, your real life versus your work life, your career? I wouldn't even call it work because I think you're aligned with me in the fact that we're not really working. It's a career in a sense, and we're doing what we love. So I had to describe mine as work just so it could be easier for people to just get what I'm doing. But I'm just, you know what I mean? So I'm sure you feel the same way about what you do.
Nah, man. It's at the beginning, first I didn't know what I was doing. I was just posting anything that was interesting, either a celebrity or whatever, and that felt pretty like eh. But then it was more about like trying to show people a glimpse of me a little bit. At the same time, promote my work, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure people see things that were important to me. I wanted people to know Haiti was important to me. I wanted people to know that, cancer is important to me. And also, like, certain hobbies, like riding horses and stuff like that. And once in a while, I'll put some, it's more for inspiration than it is for anything else. It's just for that young kid that's, like, that feels that they relate to me in any way, whether if they're Haitian or whatever, and they're like, man, I want to see somebody like me make it, or, what's their journey like. I want them to at least see a little glimpse of not just the fame and the glory, but also somewhat of the struggles or the things that are important that make them go, oh, wow, like, yeah, this is a real person. I'm not just, this either all these characters and that's it. So just enough, just some nice balance of who I am and my essence of what I'm trying to do.
Dope.
Yeah, there it is.
So yeah, we've reached the end right here where we're seeing you with the very talented and beautiful Rihanna.
Indeed.
Man, oh man. I don't get jealous very often.
Let me tell you right now, bro. I'm jealous of myself right now. I'm looking at you and me like, oh man.
And that was back in 2012. So that was like prime time Rihanna.
Bruh.
Not that she's not still prime time. But
Hey man. Oh my gosh.
So where was this? How did this happen?
This was at a party. This was after the whole big, drama that happened. And I guess that was our first time.
With her and Chris Brown.
And Chris Brown. And it was the first time that they were going to see each other again. It was just like, oh, and my boy, he's got a beautiful home, and he invited on this company that was so bad. It was like some version. I'm pretty sure it was called QB. But it's not the recent QB, but it was like another, it was just not a good thing. But they threw a big party where every celebrity and their mama was going to show up, and especially they announced like Chris Brown and Rihanna was going to show up. So the entire neighborhood got flooded with everybody to the point where the owner of the house couldn't get to section in his own house.
Wow.
Because they had security. I literally was like, that's his house. They're like, I don't care whose house it is.
Yo, security be serious like
Dude,
that.
I don't understand. I'm like, you don't get paid enough to get killed for this, bro. I'm sorry, dude. This is the man's house. I was like, he can shut it down at any time he wants. He's like, I don't care who it is. Unless this man that tells me I ain't moving. I'm like, all right. I hope you work for the president on me. Like, it ain't that deep.
It is his own house. That's wild.
Yeah, his own house, dude. But anyway, but yeah, man, I just remember, I met Chris first because he came in first. And then I just remember a bunch of people, oh, shit. And we're in the VIP and she's walking up and I was like, oh, snap. And she was dope. She was nice. So I was like, oh, can I take a picture? She's like, of course. And then, she put her forehead in my cheek, first of all.
She made the first move.
I was like, okay.
Did she hit with the accent?
Hey,
you got to hear the accent?
Hey, man, we go together. That moment in 2012, November 29th. Oh, shoot, November 29th, 2012. Is it today? No, it's not today. November 26th. It is the 26th. I thought,
in a couple of days.
I was like, our anniversary. Oh, look at that.
That's funny. Malik and I had a series we were doing, a little short series called We Go Together. That's beautiful, man. I'm sure it was awesome meeting her.
And she was so dope. Like, again, she's one of those people that it stops you in your tracks. And it's not just because of her beauty, man. You could feel her energy is just so awesome. And I'm glad that she's the type of person that protects her energy in that way, because some people are so great and wonderful and amazing, and they get taken advantage of. But and then you understand why they protect themselves the way they do, because you go, oh no, I've experienced that, and yeah, it's special. It's special. It's not even you can't recreate that. I don't care how many times you try to get the haircut and all that and trying to sing like her. You can't reconnect. You can't recreate that type of energy that somebody has when they walk into a room. You can't do it.
No, I can only imagine, but I'm sure she's got that great energy. Funny story, what you saying about her and Chris Brown. So this must have been around that same time, because if this is right after that whole thing happened, so I have an experience with them too, where I never met them. Well, I met Chris Brown before. I never met Rihanna, but I used to do these interviews for MTV. Remember those news break interviews?
Oh, okay,
all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if you remember, they had a song that they did together that came out after that.
I forgot.
I can't remember the name of the song, but it was a dope song, and The Dream had written and produced it, right? So the song had just dropped. They were about to perform it together and all that, right? Actually, the song didn't drop yet. But MTV called me and was like, hey, Rihanna and Chris Brown just did a song together. The Dream is in Miami. We need to get an interview with him talking about he's about to debut the first song that Rihanna and Chris Brown does after their big debacle. Right? So I'm like, yes, I'm going to go. So I get all my stuff together and I go to, I think he was working on some music at the Satai or something like that on Miami Beach. So I get there, speak to his manager, I meet him, we sit down, he talk, he tells me about, what he got going on, and we talk for a few minutes. And then I go, okay, well, I'm gonna go get set up for the interviews. Okay, cool, do your thing. So I go sit down, get all my stuff together, and I go to tell the manager, okay, I'm ready to go, we're ready to do the interview. She goes, okay, let me go call him. And then the last thing I always do is hit record to make sure I'm ready to go. And I hit record and it wasn't recording. I'm like, dang, what's going on? I forgot the memory card.
No.
So I'm looking through all of my stuff, looking for a memory card. And I had to go back to that. Look, I had to go, look, listen, tell him don't come out yet. I need to get a memory card. I'll be right back. She goes, you sure? You'll be? I was like, yeah. I'm just going to run up to the Walgreens. So I go to Walgreens, can't find the right memory card. Go up to Best Buy. Best Buy is closed because this is, of course, at night. And then I come back and I tell her, look, just give me a few more minutes. I'm going to run home and grab a card. She goes, okay, he's here, but I'll just stall him, but hurry up. So I run all the way back home, get a card. By the time I get back, like 30 minutes later, she's like, oh, he went into the studio. He might not come back because once he's in there, that's it. Because she was like, yeah, he got inspired to make a record, and he's in there, so he probably not get. So I sat there for like an hour waiting to see if maybe he'll come back out. Never came out. And she was like, look, man, you might as well go. You're not going to get this interview. And I messed up getting the interview, the first conversation that anybody who's related was going to have about them.
Oh, wow.
With the record, man. I messed up. That was one of my moments where I messed up.
But the sad part, because the thing is that's probably more frustrating. I know you were like, okay, cool, I got him.
Yo, man, that thing was looking so good.
I got all my cords. I got, okay, mic check. Okay, cool, batteries for that. All right, and you probably checked everything else, and you're like, of course there's a memory card in the camera, duh.
Dude, I had to look, and it was the Satai, so you knew that scene was looking good. I was ready to go.
How mad would you have been if you came back and there was somebody else that was like, oh yeah, I took your memory card the other day.
Dude. And it was such a special moment. I was like, man, I messed up. I could have had that first one. This could have been like something big, but So I had that little moment there, but I love them. I love both those people. Yeah, so we've reached the end. I appreciate you coming and do this with me. And, like I said, these projects that you got going on, especially the indie stuff that you got going on, I'm always here, brother. I got stuff I'd like to have you involved in, too. I always appreciate speaking to you. You have a great spirit, and I love your work ethic. Working with you earlier this year made me go, oh, okay, I see why everybody liked Bechir. You know what I mean? Like, I really enjoyed that, man, and I hope we can do more, grow, and do bigger things together. And, thanks for coming, man.
Oh, anytime, man.
All right.
Anytime. Yes, sir. All right.
Dope.
Boom.